The Texas Democrats who forced a halt to legislative business when they fled the state could face arrest, and Governor Greg Abbott says they could lose their jobs. The Democrats left to protest redrawn congressional maps that Republicans say reflect the will of the voters. Their absence blocks a vote on those maps. Meanwhile, in California, Democrats have concocted a redistricting plan of their own.
The proposal comes in direct response to plans by Texas Republicans to redraw that state's congressional map, one backed by President Trump, that could add 5 Republicans to the U.S. House.
California will not sit by idly and watch this democracy waste away.
Governor Gavin Newsom.
We'll fight fire with fire. We'll assert ourselves.
The map aims to boost the Democratic margin from 43 to 48 seats out of California's 52 congressional districts. But in California, such a plan would need approval from voters as well as lawmakers.
The ultimate test of transparency is what voters will decide on.
I'm Ben Thomas.
Russia declares itself no longer bound by a self-imposed moratorium on the deployment of nuclear-capable intermediate-range missiles.
The Russian Foreign Ministry had on Monday linked the decision to efforts by the US and its allies to develop intermediate-range weapons and preparations for their deployment in Europe and elsewhere. The ministry didn't say what specific moves the Kremlin might take, but President Vladimir Putin has previously announced that Moscow was planning to deploy its new Oreshnik missiles on the territory of its neighbor and ally Belarus this year. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says he'll convene his security cabinet to decide the next step of the war in Gaza. Netanyahu has hinted at stepped-up military action in Gaza. On Wall Street, ahead of this morning's opening bell, stock futures are modestly higher. The Dow futures up 2 points, NASDAQ futures ahead 71. Townhall.com.
If you're living with pain, see how Relief Factor can help.
I'm an artist, and I'm in my studio. I listen to the radio all day, and I'm hearing the ads about Relief Factor. And I've got pain in my neck, and it's getting worse. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to go ahead and order this. 2 weeks later, I've got much better range of motion. If you're experiencing pain at a certain point in life, I would get Relief Factor.
Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. Go to ReliefFactor.com and get your 3-week quick start today. Only $19.95.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
GOP Congresswoman Nancy Mace running for governor of South Carolina, hitching her campaign to Donald Trump.
Mace has entered a GOP primary in which competition for President Trump's endorsement is expected to be fierce. She joins at least 3 other Republicans in the race for South Carolina governor. Mace calls herself Trump in high heels and has largely supported the president since 2016, although she criticized him following the January 6th riots and violence at the U.S. Capitol. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Brazil's Supreme Court has ordered the house arrest for former President Jair Bolsonaro. He's on trial for an alleged coup plot after losing the 2022 election. Prosecutors accuse Bolsonaro of heading a criminal organization that plotted to overturn the election, including plans to kill President Lula and a Supreme Court justice. News and analysis at townhall.com. All of the major Las Vegas Strip casinos now unionized, defying a national trend.
For 25 years, the Venetian Hotel and Casino resisted organizing efforts as one of the last holdouts on the Vegas Strip, locked in a prolonged standoff with the Culinary Workers Union. But a recent change in ownership opened the Venetian's doors to union representation, just as the Strip's newest casino, the Fontainebleau, was also inking its first labor contract. The historic deal finalized late last year marked a major turning point. For the first time in the Culinary Union's 90-year history, all major casinos on the Strip are unionized. The union's success on the Strip is a notable exception in the national landscape where union membership overall is declining. Bernie Bennett reporting.
The strike by several thousand Boeing machinists is into its second day. That walkout affects Boeing's manufacture of military aircraft and weapon systems. The strikers had rejected a contract proposal offering a 20% wage hike over 4 years. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy day 2.
Yeah.
Tuesday, everybody.
The second day. It's one of those. I had a situation yesterday where I was sitting outside of Rhiannon's school. There's a little bench and some shade.
Yeah.
Just kind of waiting for the door to open and then for the kids to disperse. And this parent comes up to me. She goes, "Do you work here?" I'm like, "No, just waiting to pick up my daughter." And she goes, "Is this where the kids come out for the PASS program?" I'm like, "This is the door that they come out of, I believe." "Yeah." She goes, "Well, they told me the tennis courts." And she continues to go on. And I said, "Kids going into 6th grade?" And she goes, "Yes, this is first day of 6th grade." I'm like, "I understand." And I had this moment of clarity. I'm like, this was me last year. I was in a panic. I didn't know where I was supposed to be. And then 1 year, it's like in like a book. You cut to 1 year later, I'm sitting there just like reading, eating an apple, and I'm wearing reading glasses to show the passage of time in front of my regular glasses. And it was like I'm a knowledgeable parent now, and like, watching the parent who was, kind of losing it a little bit.
You're the veteran.
Yeah. And that parlayed into bus issues, and I'm like, I almost wanted to go pop popcorn and just sit back and watch the conversation between her and the teacher. It's just like, I've seen all this before.
Only thing missing is like 5 o'clock margaritas afterwards with all the other parents.
the airing of grievances.
That's right. You did fine your first day.
But it really did yesterday have that moment of like another year wiser. You know?
Absolutely.
Crafty veteran almost.
How was the first day of school for the kiddos?
Great. They both had fantastic days. Rhiannon was very happy when I picked her up. Hunter's been doing this thing. He's not mad. He's not sad. He doesn't like get, meh or whatever. He just stares off. He'll just like look off. And I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And he goes, "Nothing." I'm like, "Are you okay?" He goes, "I'm fine." He's very just like
cerebral.
It's odd. Like I couldn't break through it. There's times when he's like that, and then, he'll finally open up and kind of start doing his Hunter thing where he starts telling me stories again. But the first 20 minutes or so of any conversation, it's just like I got to win him over. It's very odd. But even that, yesterday, the facade was broken through, and he was chock full of stories about his first day. So
good. Good deal.
It was good times.
He's plotting. That's what it is. Plotting and planning.
Well, I know I shouldn't be afraid of my children, but I'm always worried that one of them is going to find access to my knives and just like wait till I go to sleep and be like, "Take my tablet, will you?" I don't know that my kids have the best lever when it comes to overreaction.
You'll be fine.
They are my kids. I'm just saying.
They'll be fine, but lock them up.
Oh, yeah, they'll be fine. That's not them I'm worried about.
But happy Tuesday, everyone.
Yes.
We getting it going. It is the start of the hot. The hot is officially today. We got a heat advisory that's kicking in at noon.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to remain in effect pretty much through eternity. No, till 7 p.m. tonight.
Right.
But
till the second the sun reaches the horizon, it's going to be miserable out there.
Yeah, it's 105, 105 Power Hits 105. That's what we got all week long. It's that's what we're dealing with. So, I'm sorry, 106 on Thursday.
Oh, good.
So it's gonna be hot.
Yeah, 106.
Why can't we just have nice?
Why can't we just have nice? I will counter with this.
Yeah.
We've had, in my opinion, weather issues notwithstanding,
right.
People who lost their homes in floods, I'm not talking about you, but temperature-wise, we've had one of the nicest summers in recent memory.
Yeah, for the most part.
We had more reasonable and okay days
we
than
just
we had hot
don't
days.
get to enjoy as many of them because we're busy in flood watches and warnings and everything else.
Yeah, granted, it's easy to take those things for granted, but at the same time,
that week we had, what was it, 90 all week?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we have more of those weeks?
Yeah.
It was just sunny and 90 all week.
That was last week.
No, that wasn't last week.
Pretty much. It was last week or the week before.
Okay, let's have more of those. We only got one of them.
Well, fall's coming. Fall's always, we have a good solid 2-week window of perfect weather in fall.
Yeah. I think part of the problem is school's too early, and it ain't supposed to be 105 when kids are at school.
Right. No, I agree. But they do have air conditioning there.
They're fine. It's just, it ain't right.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
It's wait a minute. It's football season, and I get it. We live in New Mexico.
Here's what really bothers me.
Yeah.
I just started seeing back to school ads a week ago.
Yeah, there is nationally they are. And that annoys me. Because I'm so over back to school.
Well, the traditional back to school season is
now.
It will now through September because that's when most, sane people start.
I don't know. All I know is it don't feel right. It's it's too hot. I know it's early, but it feels later because of school. And it's we're still weeks away from Labor Day. What's going on? I'm supposed to be here today. That's how I feel.
This is pool party season. But the good news is the pools are still open, at least on weekends, and everything that is swim related is on clearance right now.
There you go.
So
get your Speedos.
Get your fill. Real quick, I did want to mention I started last night. I only got 2 episodes deep, but I started the reboot of King of the Hill.
Oh, yeah. I saw a commercial for that.
On Hulu. It premiered on Sunday, I believe. Now, they did drop all episodes at once. They did that annoying thing. But I'm trying to pace myself and not go too overboard.
Okay.
So far, and spoiler-free, it's spot on. It's fantastic. The thing is, every character, because obviously the person who does the character's voice has aged.
Sure.
You can hear their age in their delivery. Lucky Yates, who sadly passed away before he was able to finish the production of this season, you can really hear the strain in Dale's voice, in Dale Gribble's voice.
So are the characters older?
Yes.
Okay.
In this iteration, I don't want to give away the plot's already been out. So basically, for the past, it's 8 years have gone by.
Okay.
So for the past 8 years, the Hill family have lived, let me rephrase that, Hank and Peggy, while Bobby went off to culinary school, I think culinary school, or he opens up a restaurant. We'll get to that in a second. They went to Saudi Arabia, and they were working for a propane company, and they lived in one of those company-built cities in Saudi Arabia.
So it was like blast from the past?
It's like 1950s idealized America in these little villages that they lived in Saudi Arabia. So basically, he's living there in this perfect, 1950s idealized society.
Right.
They eventually decide to come back to Arlen, come back to Texas. And it's essentially nowadays with everything, with all the woke of it all, with the
it's kind of like Blast from the Past, where they were in a bubble for a while, and then they got to see
and now
the
they
world
come back
as
and
it
they're
is
like,
now.
what?
Yeah.
And that's sort of like the beauty of the original series is a guy who's, not necessarily of that mindset is annoyed by the things of today, essentially. But that's part of it. So it's him dealing with that. It's me. It's Bobby has a restaurant that he runs.
Okay.
And he's like a Michelin star chef. And so it's him butting his head with his dad about the grilling of it all. And it's really spot on.
All right.
That being said, now I got to go.
And I'm out.
And I'm out.
Interesting. All right, let me give you all the rundown for today's show. We got a full slate for you. Robert Sherman with the Walker Aviation Museum is going to join us here in just a few minutes, give us an update on what's happening there as now that they're able to be a museum again and open and all that going on. So we'll get an update from them. We're going to replay our interview we had on Friday with Barbara Gomez from Main Street Roswell, getting an update on some of the events they've got coming up here. And then we're going to replay our interview back from the 24th, Don Weld, Friends of the Zoo, wearing his hat there. They're looking for volunteers and things, so we're going to play that interview for you here in the 9 o'clock hour. It is 7:15. Before you do any of that, let's get you up to date on the weather. Sorry, it's just going to be hot all week.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 66%. Winds are out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. We do have a heat advisory for today. That's kicking in at noon, remaining in effect through 7 p.m. I imagine the way the week's going, we're going to see a lot more of those and more probably. Red flags, all kinds of stuff. Mostly clear, but for today, mostly sunny, 105 for a high, south winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear with an overnight low of 71 degrees, south winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, a lot like today, sunny and hot, 105 for a high, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear tomorrow night, overnight low of 72, south winds 10 to 15. Thursday, sunny and hot, 106 for a high, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny and hot, 106 for a high on Friday as well. Saturday, mostly sunny and 101. There is a slight chance of some rain showers Saturday night, and mostly sunny and 98 on Sunday. So maybe down to the double digits by Sunday of next week, or at the end of this week here. All right, 7:17, we're going to take a 3.5-minute break, and then Robert Sherman's going to join us on the other side from the Walker Aviation Museum. Don't go away.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 604 head of cattle sold on Monday on a steady-to-higher market with excellent buyer attendance compared to last week. And on limited receipts, stocker calves sold steady to 5 higher, feeder cattle steady to 3 higher, packer cows and bulls steady to $5 higher, 3 to 400 pound steers $5, $5.15, 3 to 400 pound heifers $4.50, $4.65, 4 to 500 pound steers $4.07, $5. 4 to 500 pound heifers $3.85, $4.50. 5 to 600 pound steers $3.85, $4.07. 5 to 600 pound heifers $3.72, $3.85. 6 700 pound steers $3.62, $3.85. 6 700 pound heifers $3.47, $3.72. 7 800 pound steers $3.32, $3.62. 7 800 pound heifers $3.08, $3.47. Packer cows $1.75 to $1.89. Canner and cutter cows $1.50, $1.60. Packer bulls $1.90, $2.03. Feeder bulls $1.70, $1.80. Top half the cow calf pairs $3,000 to $3,550 per pair. Top half the bred cows $2,800 to $3,250 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock.
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Injury, surgery, or illness can set you back, but you don't have to recover alone. At Artesia General Hospital, our rehabilitation services team provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy to help you regain strength, mobility, and confidence. Take the next step toward recovery. Call 575-736-8174 today to schedule an appointment and get back to living life to the fullest.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Hi, everyone. This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. When was the last time you looked forward to sleep? Let's be honest here. You know a restful night's sleep has more health benefits than you consciously think about during the day. Here at Glenn's, we carry Serta mattresses, and they've been in the business for more than 90 years. Choosing one can be hard, but I want you to know we have your back. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda in Roswell, where delivery is free since 1953.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The ball on top of a flagpole is called a truck. Mess with your friends today by pointing at a flagpole and say, "Hey, check out the truck on top of that flagpole." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning, Robert Sherman back with us from the Walker Aviation Museum. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm here. Doug Weiser is out and about, running around, going to some other town here to check on his cattle bear and
doing
stuff.
his day job.
Yeah.
Checking on steaks and everything else. So, but yeah, it's been a minute since we've got to see us. It's good to see you again. Of course, the best news of all is finally the museum is fully opened and back to allowing visitors to come visit after months of flooding, fixing, and waiting on others to fix things. But the museum is open and ready for the public now.
Right. We had a little dust storm.
Yes.
You know, they're doing some contracting and stuff, but I was joking about something the other day. I was sitting at this desk. We moved the desk around against that wall, and inside there they were using one of those big hammers that fires nails into the wall.
Yeah, the air guns, whatever they're called.
And it was definitely keeping me awake. Blasting away there, right next to my ear. Like, wait a minute.
It's starting to sound like a flight line around here.
Yeah. We one of the things is talking about, Atlas missiles, which surrounded Roswell, and a couple things that came up on that. We had some people come to visit us that had been working with the Atlas missile, and we sent them about 8 boxes of Atlas missile documents and data, and they had digitized everything, and they sent it back to us. But they came in, and I set them up. They were going to stay as an Airbnb out at Atlas Missile Silo 4.
Okay.
Which is, if you want to drive, like you can go to Lubbock, like you're heading for Tatum.
Gotcha.
You go past the turnoff that goes to Bottomless Lakes.
Okay.
And it's about exactly 9 miles further east. And then there's silos off on the left side, on the north side of the road there.
Okay.
So we went up there, and they were spending the night there in our B&B, 2 nights in the silo.
That's pretty cool.
And the owner is Gary Baker, and he's has some issues with not being able to walk very well at all. So he just stays down in there, and every couple of weeks he helps him up those series of stairs to get out of there.
Oh, man.
So anyway, Gary was there. He was a nice guy, and Raul Bernal is his main helper and tour guide. So Anyway, their little bed and breakfast has 2 twin beds, and if you got kids, they just got some air mattresses for you.
Wow.
But
that would be
it's
neat.
pretty interesting. You
It's a
come
neat
down
experience.
in there. I took pictures as you come. Well, you see the silo, and then you just see a barbed wire fence with high fence and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where the sloping door goes into the silo, and you go down that long stairs, and you turn around and look back, and there's about maybe 35 or 40 big black and white photos on the side of the wall that they put there. And then as you go through the upper part, it's just probably 100 photos of construction going on when they were building the silo and stuff like that. Then you can get to an area where you can walk out over and look down, and down about 150 feet down to where the bottom is. And then you can look up to see where the doors, the 7-ton twin doors there open up.
That's pretty cool.
That was kind of spooky, holding my cell phone over there to take a picture, looking down on that thing. I'm thinking, well, if I drop this cell phone, that's the last I'll ever see.
Yeah, I always get those moments every time I'm looking over like sides of ships.
I kind of wish I had a little cord hanging onto my cell phone.
A little bungee cord thing.
Yeah.
But that sounds pretty cool. I mean, so and I'm guessing folks are interested. Reach out to them if you want to book a night at the Missile Silo B&B.
Yeah. I don't have, I'm sorry about that. I don't know exactly how you get a hold of them. You probably just do some searching on the internet.
Yeah, I bet you could do a quick Google search.
Yeah, it's $740 a night, counting the taxes.
All right, so
it's kind of expensive, but
save up some money to spend the night there.
It's kind of a unique experience.
It is kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity. That's
we were joking
cool.
With Gary, the owner down there. I said, I guess if you get bad thunderstorms and you have potential tornado stuff, you're not too worried down here, are you?
No,
it's like these 7-ton doors. You're down.
Yeah, I think you're good.
You're down about 40 feet.
How watertight is it?
Pretty watertight.
Yeah, that'd be the only thing I'm worried about is water flooding in. But short of that, I'd be. Pretty,
yeah, it's.
I don't think I worry about tornadoes or nothing.
So what we did is also while they were here, they were interested. The couple that came that were going to stay in that silo, I told them about Goddard High School being a underground.
Mm-hmm. Fallout shelter.
Fallout shelter. So we got over there, and Raul, speaking good Spanish, he was talking to some other guys, and so we went around, and they showed us, you come in like not the north. You come in the west door, kind of a side door, and then just immediately right there, you can go in a little room area, and it kind of turns around, and right now it's being used kind of a storage area for cleaning supplies.
Okay.
So they cleaned all that out, and if you come right in there, there's showers for decontamination right there.
Oh.
And we took some pictures of that. It's kind of hidden because right now they don't.
Yeah, they're not
they
needed.
just have a bunch of cleaning material and stuff in there. So it's kind of like, wow, so here's the decontamination showers, and then right next to that was another set of stairs that they don't usually use the main one as you come in the south door.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they got a good tour of that and went downstairs and looked around the classrooms, and then we saw the decontamination showers out upstairs as people would come in.
Sure.
So they were pretty excited about seeing that. And I tell people about that when they're at the museum and talking about the Cold War and the Atlas missiles that were on alert during the Cuban Missile Crisis, as well as the B-52s on alert. And I said, it's just because of that situation that was going on, several years later after they had put the silos in, but then they closed them up pretty quick, about 65 they closed. But I said they built a high school here with classrooms underground, and a lot of visitors, from Connecticut or wherever they're from, Tennessee, they really find that very interesting that our high school here is also a bomb shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's unique is the high school I went to is built around the same time as Goddard.
Uh-huh.
And so it too has a fallout shelter, just like Goddard here does. Same. I mean, it's almost the same, the way that you go down and everything.
Yeah, all the classrooms are
because I remember when I first time went down to Goddard, I was like, wow, this looks like my high school. It did the exact same thing.
Oh, where was this?
In Maryland, D.C.
Oh, really?
Waldorf, Maryland, actually.
Waldorf. I lived in Waldorf.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived in Waldorf twice.
Yeah, Thomas Stone High School. That's where I went to high school.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. I just lived in Waldorf. I was stationed at Andrews.
Andrews, yeah. My mom worked at
The second time at Waldorf, I was stationed at Bowling.
Okay. Yeah, my mom, my dad was worked at Malcolm Grow there at Andrews.
Yeah.
And he was in the military.
Yeah.
And my mother was a medical transcriptionist civilian.
Yeah.
And she worked there, and that's where they met and everything. But yeah, my mom worked there, and then she did her last 5 or 10 years at Bolin before she retired. But they both, Air Force One flew over my house every day. Yes.
You know, one of the advantages of volunteering out at the museum, yesterday I told, it's just amazing. This couple came in, they looked like about my age, and they were looking around. So I went, you know, as I normally do, get up and talk to them and ask them, what's going on, where you from, blah, blah, blah. And come to find out that they were living up in Rio Doso.
Mm.
So I you know, he said, yeah, I went through New Mexico State and got my master's. He was talking, got his electrical engineering degree in 1968 at New Mexico State. I said, well, I got my master's degree in 1968 at New Mexico State.
Oh,
so
small world.
Whoa, small world. And she went to New Mexico State. And then he said, well, I live up in Alto, actually, you know. I said, you do? I said, I got a really good friend of mine that we were roommates in college and on the track team together. And I was his best man. He was my best man. And his name is David Winans. Oh, they're my best friends. You know.
Wow, small world.
Yeah, so anyway, it was kind of like a home week.
Yeah.
Just by talking to those folks. So I got their telephone numbers and stuff. We're going to keep in touch. And
that's cool. It's neat how people get connected and
yeah, we decided just kind of hang around and maybe, you know, do a little chant about New Mexico State or something.
That's right. Represent.
Yeah. So anyway, we're getting started out there. School's coming up.
Yes.
So our current board members, by the way, are Doug Weiser. He's our president right now. Myself, Allie Bishop, Katie Yates, Sandy Correa. I always pronounce that wrong. She's going to hit me. Anyway, Bob Donnell, Juliana Halverson, Jerry Cloffer, Friar Jarek Nowaki, and Stephen Miller, and Peggy Bowen. And Josh Bootson is our newest guy.
Awesome. And they're always looking for faces, volunteers and stuff. If you're wanting to get involved with either as a docent or some other level, please, they're always looking for more volunteers to be a part of the museum.
Yeah, and as far as volunteers out there, it's Bob Donnell and myself. We decide on who's going to do Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and then
do rock, paper, scissors.
Steve Miller does Wednesday, and Allie Bishop does Thursday.
Good deal. Well, and the more docents, more volunteers.
Oh,
the
yeah.
More,
we're looking for, to be nice to have 5 volunteers.
Yeah.
So we could one a day or something.
Well, and we're about a month out, folks, from the national championship air races. You guys plan on being open extended hours during that time.
We've got some big colored maps there of where the different routes are on the different airplanes.
Okay. And the different courses and what have you.
Yeah, you can hold it right up next to the big picture we have of the aerial picture of the base, and it shows you kind of where it is and kind of where it's
how in relationship where they're going to race and run.
Yeah, a lot of people come in and take pictures of the thing, and we've also got some small. Southwest Printing made some smaller prints, not too small, but they're a lot smaller than the big giant prints
more mobile
we have of the
something you can carry around with
air
you.
base back in the 60s.
Oh, cool. So you can kind of compare and contrast.
Yeah, it shows, if you look at it real carefully, you see the B-52s on alert. And over in that same area on the east side of the base was a 9-hole golf course, which is no longer there.
Sorry, folks.
Sorry. But anyway, so we're open right now around, the plane is leaving 11:21, and I noticed later in the week that's going to be 11:19. So anyway, along that time frame, we usually try to open up about 9:30.
Okay.
That's when people are starting to get there, and depends on what the crowd is, and if the plane's on time, we might close up as early as 11:30, but sometimes they open to 12.
Okay. So from mid-morning till about lunchtime.
Yeah, about lunchtime. Yeah.
And but it's always on the American Airlines.
Yeah, during the air races, we're probably going to be open. This isn't definite yet, but probably maybe somewhere around 9 to 5.
Okay.
Trying to stay maybe open an hour after the air races close at 4.
Okay.
But we'll just see kind of how that goes as far as visitors. We were just talking before we came on the air, kind of interesting with the 60,000 tickets sold or something. Where are you going to park?
It's going to.
But most of the parking for the air races is luckily pretty far away from the air terminal because you still have people flying in and out of here.
Yeah, but say it's got the day-to-day of an airport going on still. And
so that's going to be, I think, a little bit removed from the other crowd of visitors.
Gotcha.
I know.
So you can kind of sneak in pretty easily.
We have a Qantas meeting today, and we're talking about needing 30 volunteers to help starting at 6:15 in the morning to help with parking. We're going to be doing that for 4 or 5 days. So
okay.
Some it's not going to be me because I'm going to be headed out to the museum.
Yeah, you'll be doing other duties.
If they, we get volunteers, I'm going to, I think, get some high school kids, but I'm kind of concerned how that's going to work with school going on. But unless they've got some, I don't know.
Well, some kids will be off down, like they won't.
Yeah,
I know they'll have virtual
like
days
University
or whatever.
High
Yeah. But some of those schools down around that area, I don't think are going to be attending class. So, but they're figuring it out. We'll do all that. But the museum looks like we'll be open like maybe an 8-hour shift, give or take, during each day during the actual air races.
And one of the things I enjoy doing is I get up and talk to folks, and then one of the things I ask them, they kind of like look at me weird at first. I say, "Do you got any kids that are related to you, whether your kids, cousins, grandkids that are between 12 and 18?"
Uh-huh.
And if you do, we've got a lot of stuff on our website to help them with coming up with what they can do as a career, later on. So we can talk about that and the fact that you can actually activate a lot of the videos from YouTube on different careers, as well as the 38 ground school. We have ground school for being a pilot. We have 38 videos, total of 12 hours of watching if you want to do that. And occasionally you'll come across folks that, I got a cousin in Connecticut and I'm heading back there. He's thinking about being a pilot. And so we show them, you go right on here and show them on the cell phone, smartphone, how you can, here's all these 38 videos right here, and you can click on them or on a computer.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you watch all 12 hours of those ground school, you're going to be a smart chicken when you start out
You're well on your way.
You're well on your way, yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. If I highly recommend folks to check out the Walker Aviation Museum website, www.wafbmuseum.org. It's the initials of Walker Air Force Base Museum. There you can access every single one of these videos about all the STEM career fields, the aviation industry, everything that Robert's talking about here. Of course, if you want to learn more about the mission of the museum and seek to be a volunteer or make donations, all of that can be done through the website as well, too.
Yeah. Our mission statement, and people have probably heard this 100 times, but to educate and inspire all generations concerning the history and legacy of Walker Air Force Base and encourage our youth to explore careers in science, technology, engineering, and math with an emphasis on aviation. Another thing I tell the people, if they're from the local area, that besides all that career stuff, and they can find ONET online, onet.org, and that's where you have 1,014 careers listed alphabetically.
There's got to be one in there out of all those. It's someone's, that's a lot of choices.
Besides that, we spent a couple of days with 3 phone books, and we've listed 480 jobs in the Roswell region that are basically kind of STEM oriented.
Nice.
And so, you'd have to, you find that, and then you just have to look it up in the phone book and find the phone numbers and stuff. So.
Mom and dads are like, I like those. Ones keep them close to home, those jobs. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you don't have to go to college nowadays to make good money, and there's other stuff.
There's so many different avenues that
so
one
unfortunately,
could choose.
that's mostly STEM stuff there, but, I understand a lot of the high schools in the country are starting to shift some of their classes now to like welding and plumbing and
and they're even
electrical stuff.
And I know like here locally they work hand in hand with the college and with the Eastern,
especially University College out here. They've got all kinds of walk in a big giant room. It's all electrical stuff.
Well, they're kind of deciding, it's like, hey, okay, instead of deciding once you graduate high school what you want to do, let's talk about it, when you start high school.
Yeah.
And let's see, okay, you have a knack for welding or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let's start putting you on that path now.
Yeah.
And so
I told a story many times about my cousin and his son.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a dentist. And he said, okay, son, I'll, help you go to dental school. But I'm not going to help you unless you at least volunteer for a week or 2 weeks with a dentist. And he did that, and he lasted one day, and he came home and he goes, I hate this.
And that's why I wanted
don't mean to say that to dentists out there, but
yeah,
I said he ended up being
this wasn't for him.
Ophthalmologist.
Yeah. He'd rather deal with eyes
now
and
he has
teeth.
he married an ophthalmologist. He's an ophthalmologist.
Yeah.
And they got a nice place there in Lenexa, Texas.
But see, if he
in
didn't,
Lenexa, Kansas.
He could have ended up going to dental school, hating it, and then Lord knows what would have happened next.
That's right.
I love that they did that. But yeah, that's a lot of they're gearing towards like when we were young, it was always, all right, you go to high school to go to college to do this and that today, that today to get to the 2.5 kids and the picket fence and all that stuff. Nowadays, there's so many different paths for people to pursue to have, especially trades. If you're good with your hands, you love working, air conditioning or, any hands, automotive, that you can write your own ticket with upon completing some of those programs in automotive and obviously aviation maintenance. If put it this way, there's two ways to get your A&P license. One is you got to sign up with Uncle Sam. That's the cheap way to do it. Well, financially cheap. You're gonna be spending a few time in places. The other is literally going to a place like ENMUR and going through their program.
Right.
There. And it's all right here in your own backyard. And trust me, if you are a A&P certified mechanic in this day and age, you can write your own ticket too, as far as where you want to work and I want you command, you're coveted.
We were kind of laughing. I was talking about he being an electrical engineer. I said I started out, I was going to be an engineer at New Mexico State. And then Calculus 2 and I didn't get along too well.
Mm.
And then I thought, well, maybe I'll be a doctor. So I took Latin and I took French, and I went to Baylor for about a year and a half. And I decided not to do that either. So I came back where it's cheaper and came to New Mexico State again instead of being at Baylor. And I like Baylor, but
it's a little pricey.
So then I ended up staying there and getting a degree in biology and kind of physiology because I was working over at Holloman one summer with chimpanzees, and the chief scientist came up to me and said, "Hey, Bob, I understand you got commissioned in the Air Force." And I said, "Yeah, I'm just getting my mastery. What are you going to do?" "I don't know. Probably be lab officer or something. I don't know what I'm going to do." He said, "What do you think about being an aerospace physiologist?" And I go, "Wow, that sounds interesting. What is that?" So he made a phone call. I got on in class, and that's why I stayed in 30 years, because I was working with flight safety, helping people, teaching pilots.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff.
You're giving...
One of my funny stories is one of my last classes of pilots were all sitting there in their flight suits, and they said, "Hey, Bob, what you going to do when you retire?" And I said, "Well, I think I'll teach sixth grade." About a minute later, a guy says, "Why sixth grade?" And I said, "Well, after teaching this many years, I realized that pilots and sixth graders are about the same thing." So they kind of got mad. Okay.
They do have their own language.
Yeah. No.
Pilots could talk to each other, and you have no idea what they're talking about.
That's right.
They use different words than we do.
That's true. But like I mentioned before, I'm kind of a reader. I like to read books, and Dwayne, my barber, he likes to read books, so we keep trading books back and forth. Anyway, Countdown 1945 was great with Chris Wallace, Enola Gay. That book there was by Gordon Thomas. The World War II 100, ranking the most influential figures of Second World War. And each one was about 3 or 4 pages long and 2 or 3 pages long. The Killing of Patton by Bill O'Reilly. The Killing of the Rising Sun, that was also by Bill O'Reilly. That was pretty interesting. That was on how America vanquished World War II Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just got through finishing a book of a guy that has kind of been in contact with the museum, and it was his first book. It's Bombs Away, the B-17 pilot's small part in the big war. He's flying B-17s in Europe. It was killed on his 28th mission, but talks about him going to Roswell. On page 34, he goes to Roswell for advanced pilot training, and he's just. But he takes a lot of stuff from other people.
Kind of a diary of the experience.
And I really learned a lot about kind of what they did over there because there's a lot of details, but it was very easy to read. So, bombs away. Actually, I bought several books at the thing, so hopefully give those away. We're trying to figure out what to sell at our thing, and we came across a, those things you build things with. Ooh.
Oh, the little.
I'm blocking the.
Hold on. No, I yes and no.
Yeah. Okay. Little boxes little plastic things you put together. You make little houses.
Like Legos.
Legos.
Okay, gotcha.
So we got 10 boxes of 10 Lego sets.
Okay.
And they're like a plane.
Each little different airplane.
Like a racing plane.
Oh, okay.
But then come to find out, after we bought it, you can actually make 3 different kinds of airplanes, like a jet or like a P-51 Mustang or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to have those hopefully for sale. Trying to figure out what
those are pretty
what the group
popular.
may want to buy,
I know there's a certain group of people that love to get Legos and build them, and it's adults to children. It's all ages.
We have a flat sheet that you break out pieces, and it makes a little rubber airplane.
Okay.
And we like to give that to the kids we're getting low on them, but.
Can you still get those old balsa wood things that we used to play with as kids? Those balsa wood airplanes. Remember those?
Yeah.
I think the advanced ones had a rubber band propeller on them.
Yeah.
The others didn't. You just threw them.
Yeah.
I didn't even think those existed anymore. That was a staple of my childhood.
In the past, we want to thank Pioneer Bank, Featherstone Development, Glenn's Furniture, Six Bomb Wing Group, David Petroleum, other people, Toyota, XL Energy, kind of helped us, AirSale, helped us stay the doors open by giving us some money. XL Energy, provided us that grant that we got those 2 flight simulators. Mm-hmm. They're really nice simulators. They're Lockheed software, and they'll fly 50 different aircraft, and you can land a certain kind of, like, whatever you pick, maybe a fighter aircraft, and land it in Istanbul, Turkey at 9 o'clock at night in the rain.
Yeah, it's
pretty cool.
In fact, if you have aspirations of getting a pilot's license, you can actually earn part of your seat time in these simulators and things, because you need so many hours of flying to get your pilot's license. You can put some of that time in that chair in that museum, and
that's right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
ask about that if you're interested.
Several people have helped us. Haven Sills, Ron Lynch has built a lot of models and built little devices like a little motor that the kids can push into, and this little motor goes back and forth. Mm-hmm. And the 10,000 volt Jacob's ladder, the lightning goes up these poles. These kids, they come in. I say, "Hey, come over here. I'm going to show you something." And I said, "Push down that lever," and they go see that. Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And even the mom and dad goes, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Right. Everyone loves power.
Yeah. So anyway, trying to get the kids excited about various things.
Yeah. And by the way, if you have a youth group or anything, they love booking special tours,
absolutely.
Appointments.
Yeah.
Depending on your group size, they can navigate different ways to do that. And please reach out to the museum if you'd like to. If you have a youth group or whatever church group or whatever that'd like to set up a special tour of the museum here.
Ideally, because of our small size, 8 is the right number, but we can do possibly 10 or 12 at a time. But like we say, a lot of times they can divide that up, and half of the class could go over to the college and look around, do stuff, and the other half.
Gonna do
then
a
they come and
two-parter.
eat lunch, and then they change positions. So, but when they're here, besides being on the flight simulator for maybe half an hour each, the other half sees things on how to do a Venn diagram on choosing a career in college. And then we have other videos that we show them, like Careers in Aviation, Eastern New Mexico University Roswell Aviation Maintenance Technician Program, the day in the life of a wind turbine engineer, Cronin Auto Group on their Eastern New Mexico University Roswell Auto Mechanic Program, Eastern Energy Careers, list of those, oil well worker career video, what does a registered nurse do? And then we've got some Air Force stuff, little short videos on aerospace ground equipment, air traffic controller, electronic principles, and geospatial intelligence. And the last one we show is a day in the life at CIA, showing 6 different science hiring areas.
Nice.
So anyway, it just gives them a little blast of those, and we give them a list of a bunch more stuff they can look at.
Throw some stuff at the wall, see if any of it sticks in the interest there.
There you go.
Folks, if you have questions about anything, you can always check out the website again, wafbmuseum.org. If you'd like to come and check out the museum, like I said, weekdays from about 9:30 to 11:30, 12, somewhere around there during the that midday American Airlines flying schedule there. You can come on by. The museum's open, and come by for a visit. If you'd like to make donations, everything else, or volunteer, again, you can do that through the museum if you're there, or reach out to the website, wafbmuseum.org.
A lot of people come in, they ask about the 509th. They said, did those bombers come out of Roswell? And, when they bombed Japan, I said, no.
No.
They were stationed initially at Wendover, Utah, and then they went from there to Tinian in the Pacific. And I said, up until the end of the war, Roswell Army Airfield was a training base, of training bombardiers and training advanced pilots. So pilots that were
they
just
went
got
from,
through pilot training, but then they're coming here to fly twin-engine aircraft.
Yeah, they come after they leave here. They go to their duty station.
Yeah, usually
wherever
go
they're
to
assigned.
fly B-17s.
Yeah, wherever they're
B-24s or whatever.
Kind of like everyone goes to the same places for basic training, and then from there they go on to their specialized training schools and so forth. And so Roswell was a specialized training school for everyone dealing with bombers.
That's right. That one book I was talking about, Bombs Away, page 34 is when they're in Roswell. But they're just there for like a couple paragraphs. And
Gotcha. Enough to
But they're moving on. They're talking about coming out, But anyway, that was pretty good.
Good deal. Well, Roberts, always appreciate the visit here. And folks, come check out the museum. And if you're really interested in being a docent or volunteer, they're always looking for more folks to be a part of it.
That's
love
good.
to help. Please reach out if you want to have some fun. And if you love meeting and talking with people, being a docent would be right in your wheelhouse, because you get, especially during the summer months, you really get people on vacation. They're passing through, and some way, shape, or form, their family spent time at Walker or Roswell Army Airfield at one point or another, and they share those experiences, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, since Doug Weezer's our president, and, he general manager for Cattle Baron and Pasta Cafe, blah, 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 all that. I said, unfortunately, we've had 3 or 4 meetings, and we just had to meet at Pasta Cafe and eat Pasta Cafe or eat pizzas and whatever.
That's a sword you just have to fall on, is sacrifice.
Yeah, it's just a sacrifice we had to make.
Sorry, we're going to have to eat delicious pasta and pizza for this meeting today.
That's right. Okay.
So you might have to hit a few extra gym sessions.
That's right.
That pasta might weigh you down. So that's a perk, and just you got to work it off afterwards. So, but anyway, as always, Robert, appreciate the visit, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay.
All right.
Have a
Take
good
care.
day. Take care.
Stay cool. It's easier said than done this week.
Yeah, 105 temperatures coming up. Right.
Is the AC working well at the air terminal?
As a matter of fact, I go to the air terminal. I have to remember to wear 2 shirts because they have it set at 68 degrees, and I get in there and I freeze.
Well, you're going to appreciate it this week.
That's right. I know.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you. All right, it is 7:53. Let us pause for news. Kim Commando update, quick break as well. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for your Pecos Valley news updates, I'm Jared Cirillo. If you live in Lincoln County and were affected by severe storms, flooding, and mudslides that began June 23rd, you may be eligible for assistance from FEMA for uninsured losses. If you have already applied for FEMA help, a home inspection may be required to verify damage. The information gathered during the inspection is one of several criteria used by FEMA to determine whether applicants are approved for federal assistance. Within 10 days of submitting the application, a FEMA inspector may contact applicants to schedule an appointment. New Mexico's farmers, ranchers, and food security organizations are facing severe consequences due to federal funding freezes and agency layoffs. Despite court rulings ordering the release of obligated federal funds, critical projects remain stalled. That's leading to layoffs, mounting debt, and halted conservation work ahead of an expected hot and dry season. In fiscal year 24, New Mexico received close to $430 million in federal funding to support food, agriculture, and conservation programs. The federal cuts may force the state to absorb significant additional costs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
You need to sign a legal agreement. It's filled with words you don't know and all that slippery terminology. You just want to sign and be done with it. But stop right there. Try using AI first. I'm Kim Commando for Total AV, award-winning antivirus software for just $19 for the first year, right now at protectwithkim.com. I personally think you should always read every page of any legal agreement, whether it be signing the terms and conditions of a new tech product or buying a car. That said, AI can be a great tool in the process. Just upload the legal doc as a PDF into ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. Ask the chatbot to act as a lawyer, read the doc, and offer up an explanation of what you're signing as if you're in the 8th grade. Then dig into the weeds. Ask that chatbot, what are my responsibilities or obligations? What are the gotchas, the penalties for terminating this contract? But always remember, send that contract to a bona fide lawyer if it's high stakes. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. Cybercrime is on the rise, and hackers are getting smarter every day. From phishing scams to ransomware attacks, criminals are after your devices and your money. So how do you fight back? One of the best defenses is solid antivirus software. Blocks suspicious websites and stops hackers before they can do any damage. A healthy dose of skepticism when opening emails or clicking links doesn't hurt either. But for the antivirus help you need, I trust and recommend Total AV. They update you in real time, keeping you protected from the latest threats. Go to protectwithkim.com now and get Total AV for just $19 for the first year. It covers up to 5 devices, including Windows, Macs, and smartphones. That's protectwithkim.com. Don't wait until it's too late. Your security matters. Get protected now. Go to protectwithkim.com for my exclusive deal with Total AV. Just $19 for the first year. That's protectwithkim.com. Protectwithkim.com. Protectwithkim.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. stocks rallied on Monday and won back most of their sharp loss from last week. The S&P 500 jumped 1.5%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 585 points, or 1.3%, and the Nasdaq Composite leaped 2%. Several thousand workers at 3 Midwest manufacturing plants where Boeing develops military aircraft and weapons went on strike early Monday after about 3,200 local workers of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers voted Sunday to reject a modified 4-year labor agreement. Tesla is awarding CEO Elon Musk 96 million shares of restricted stock, valued at approximately $29 billion. A group of countries that are part of the OPEC Plus alliance of oil exporting countries has agreed to boost oil production. 8 of its member countries would increase oil production by 547,000 barrels per day in September. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
I am Amanda Michon. I am the lead singer of a local band in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I think that a lot of artists, musicians, performers alike tend to not have health insurance. We think that because we don't have a 9-to-5 job, we aren't eligible. But Be Well helps connect you with health insurance that is accessible to us. I thought that insurance was just going to be my physical health, but Be Well also offers mental health care. And taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. Go online to BeWellNM.com. What's the best that can happen?
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
So I make a silly joke about it never raining, and now it seems like it'll never quit. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. All this rain is great, but soon the weeds will be waist high and the bugs will be as thick as flies. But here at Roswell Seed, we have just what you need to control the weeds and fend off the bugs before they take over. So come see us at Roswell Seed, and be careful what you joke about. Mother Nature sure has a wicked sense of humor.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Texas House has given the go-ahead for arrest warrants for runaway Democrats who fled the state to block adoption of redrawn congressional maps. The maps, backed by President Trump, are designed to reflect the will of Texas voters, but the fugitive Democrats are having none of it. They accuse the Republicans of gerrymandering to gain political advantage. And such controversy is nothing new.
Democratic lawmakers left Texas to try to block Republicans from redrawing congressional districts in their favor. The term gerrymandering originated over 200 years ago to describe political manipulation in legislative districts. It was coined in 1812 to describe a district signed into law by Massachusetts Governor Elbridge Gerry that critics said was shaped like a salamander. Gerrymandering has continued since then. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 2019 that federal courts don't have the authority to decide challenges to alleged partisan gerrymandering.
Correspondent Bernie Bennett. At Israel's request, the UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting to discuss the hostages being held and starved by Hamas in Gaza. The BBC's Yolande Nell in Jerusalem.
The UN session was called after Palestinian armed groups put out videos showing two of the hostages, Ron Breslavsky and Evyatar David, looking weak and emaciated. Their families want immediate action to bring them home. And they've expressed alarm at suggestions the Israeli Prime Minister now wants to reoccupy all of Gaza, including areas where it's believed the hostages are held.
The Coast Guard's report on the Titan submersible disaster, and 5 people died while they were on their way to the wreckage of the Titanic, concludes the implosion was preventable. The 2023 disaster has sparked lawsuits, as well as calls for tighter regulation of the emerging private deep-sea expedition industry. Watching Wall Street this hour, stocks have turned mixed. The Dow is down 38 points, while the Nasdaq trading 47 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Parts of Britain are dealing with unusually powerful summertime storms that are disrupting daily life.
Wind gusts reaching 90 mph, along with heavy rain. Forest hits during the busy tourism season, affecting events like the Edinburgh Fringe. The Edinburgh Military Tattoo has cancelled Monday's outdoor performance. Train services across much of Scotland have been disrupted too, and some ferry crossings scrapped. The storm also could hit parts of Northern Ireland, Wales and Northern England. Charles de Ledesma, London.
The World Health Organization has closed in on its ambitious goal of eradicating polio several times, but the paralytic virus remains entrenched in parts of Afghanistan and Pakistan. The World Health Organization and partners embarked on their polio campaign way back in 1988, but resistance to vaccination can be a tough barrier to overcome. News and analysis at townhall.com. A big city newspaper in the East is looking westward, as correspondent Jason Walker explains.
The New York Post is launching a California newspaper and news site next year. The California Post will add another title to Rupert Murdoch's media empire, and the new paper stands to bring a conservative-friendly fixture of the Big Apple media landscape to the Golden State. Plans for the Los Angeles-based paper call for a print edition 7 days a week, a website, social media accounts, and videos and audio pieces. Jason Walker reporting.
The owners of a cargo ship that crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore are suing the company that built the vessel. The lawsuit was filed in federal court in Pennsylvania last week and alleges a defect in the design of some of the ship's electronics. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The deuce?
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Day 2.
Delivery successful.
Kids are planted.
Yep.
Where they're supposed to be.
Planted firmly where they need to be.
Good. Excelente. Smooth as butter, day 2.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Actually, today was a little better. Got there kind of a little early for Rhiannon. Got to sit in the shade, kind of on the bench, and just wait for the teachers to show up.
Nice.
It was just us and the lady cleaning the toilet next to us. I'm pretty sure she worked there.
I just love cleaning toilets.
Yeah, I'm just a fan,
I figure.
Some people like walking dogs.
I walked by and said, I bet there's some toilets need cleaning there.
I like cleaning toilets. I always feel like that's like the worst job in the world if you work at like a national park, is having to be like the guy who's responsible for keeping the bathrooms in check.
Yeah.
Because they're like miles out there.
Yeah.
In some cases.
And people generally won't have to go unless they really got to go on that one.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
the ones were fine, but the twos, those are probably usually,
although
something stirring.
if you trust your body and know your angles, you can make it happen.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that, like national parks and the one thing I think of, and I told y'all, was the Four Corners thing.
Mm-hmm.
That by far was the for the place kind of, well, the amount of concrete is there.
Mm-hmm.
That was pound for pound the worst bathroom ever, because it was literally a concrete or cinder block porta potty.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally built like a structure. And then you get in there, and there's a cement floor, and there's literally a toilet with a hole in the ground, like a porta potty. I'm like, oh.
No. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the
door didn't lock, so I had to stand guard while my wife used it.
Was it crowded? Like, were there a lot of people there?
I was there mid-morning, and there was maybe a dozen.
Okay.
2 dozen people goofing around.
Because
walking
it's
around.
out there so far in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. But it's a destination.
It
People
is a
are going there.
destination,
Yeah.
but it's so odd that that's one little desolate spot,
and
everybody just shows up to
And they were like working on the parking lot when I got there. So
Mm.
there was a bunch of construction workers
Mhm.
pushing dirt around. That's all they were doing. Matter of fact, I parked my vehicle and like leaving out of there, I literally had to wait a minute while the guy pushed a dirt pile past me so I could drive out of there. I'm just like, all right.
Well, boss, we did it. We got all the dirt from over here to over here. All right,
and-
now what? All right, now we need you to move it from here to back over there.
It would have been neat to see if it didn't cost me like $20 or $30 or whatever for Kim and I to see this thing. It was
Really?
It was like $15 a piece or something to go
Wow.
see that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something in that
Yeah,
ballpark.
that's Jip territory.
Yeah, I was thoroughly unimpressed. And then I was mad because like I'm sitting there trying to take pictures, and then someone literally does the lay on the thing. I was like, come on, man, I'm right. I don't want you in my pictures doing that. Wait your damn turn.
Wait, they jumped into your photo
They
op?
were literally, I'm there messing and trying to get, and I tried to walk up a little higher to get a poke. And as I'm doing that, these people just bloop, plop their butt in and start
just filling
laying
in
out.
negative
I'm like,
space. You know what it is in that scenario? Right before that happened, one person in the group said, "Screw it, I'm going for it," and then the rest of the group's like, oh, "Terry, wait."
And I didn't mind they did. I was just like, dude, I'm not done looking at it yet. You know, it's just, you know.
I'm not done. I'm not done observing the X.
Yeah, well, and I was, because what I was trying to do was I was there closer and I took a picture, but there's kind of, it's not quite a bowl, but it's a little bit, there's like a few steps. So I was trying to get up higher so I could get a better shot. And then right when I'm trying to do that, these people immediately start sitting on it and, you know, doing, and I was like, well, I guess I won't be getting that picture. So I was
That's,
and I was already mad that I paid $15 or a person to get in here. I'm looking around, and then I was like, we shouldn't even stop. I was like, we went out of our way for. I was just getting madder.
well, and
by
that
the
was
moment.
one of your destinations too.
Yeah, it was on. I mean, it wasn't like a
train,
main destination. It was, but yes, we went the long way home to go see the Four Corners because I'd never seen it, so I wanted to see.
Did you go up to? I meant to ask you this at the time. Did you go up to Shiprock while you were up there?
We went like
past it.
Yeah, we didn't like stop or anything. But yeah,
No, that's another one of those cool little like bonus. You go. You don't really want to go in there. It's another $15 a piece excursion essentially, but it's a good photo op. But what I was going to say is that's another one of those really unwanted jobs in the Forest Service is being the guy that the sun is sitting on the horizon, right? As you're sitting in the middle of a desolate desert, everybody's gone home for the day, and you got to be the one guy with the spray bottle and the rag to go clean the monument of all the butt sweat from people who have just planted on it all day.
And you had to drive a long way to get there because there's not like houses near this.
Oh yeah, no,
you know,
not even
people.
close.
You probably got to drive 20 miles to go to your house from wherever this thing's
Right.
at. You know, it's in the middle of.
Well, there's probably that one guy that's got like
because I think it's in the middle of a reservation
Reserve,
territory.
yeah,
It's rereservation territory. So.
But I'm sure there's like one guy who's got like a shack like half mile down the road.
Oh, I'm sure he's the guy. It's kind of like old radio days where they lived in the tower.
Oh gosh, yeah.
All I could think of is that scene for Waterworld where the guy's in the tank. Thank you, sir.
So it's kind of like that.
Yeah, that's what I picture.
Right, totally.
But yeah, that was by far one of the biggest disappointments.
I can imagine. There's a lot of those that you're like I'm a fan of a tourist trap.
Yeah, I don't mind a good one.
If it's a good one, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to go out of my way to see the world's largest ball of twine. But yet I say that.
If it's convenient, I will.
I say that, and yet I have pictures with two of my exes in front of the giant pistachio.
Yeah.
That wasn't a destination. It's just because it was on the
You're
way.
right there.
You know.
That's a huge nut.
Yeah, it's a big nut.
I mean, come on. You're not going to not take a picture with a big nut.
You can't not enjoy the nut.
Exactly. You know, I mean, if it's kind of like there was in our town in Waldorf, there was a paint store, and on top of the paint store they had a giant paint can, and then it's supposed to simulate like paint pouring out of the can, but it kind of looked like the can had a tongue, especially when they painted this reddish color. But you could not take a picture while you're near this thing of this giant eventually they painted it rainbow to make it like see its paint. But yeah, Fro was like, yeah, look at this can with his tongue hanging out. It's like a Mick Jagger or it's like a kiss can.
That's something I think we need to bring back is putting the intention for your building on top of it.
Yeah.
Like there's a place in I think it was Chicago. I heard a comedian talking about. There's this one building on a corner, and it's got a giant like spire on top of it, and on top of that is a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then you move your way down the building, and there's like a marquee. It just says Thai food. So the whole rest of the bid, he calls it hot dog Thai food.
I know we used to do, I had grandparents, my dad's parents, they lived in upstate New York, and we lived in Maryland area.
Mm-hmm.
But during the summers or Christmas, whatever, we take trips up to visit and what have you. And so it was about a 6-hour drive from Maryland to upstate New York, but kind of went the same route through Pennsylvania. And so we always stopped at it's basically a Bob's Big Boy. But they called them LBs back there. So we always hit this LBs and all that. But because of that route, for me as a kid in the back seat, I always remember it. And one of the things I always remembered was somewhere around, I think it was Scranton, Pennsylvania. Don't quote me, I was a kid, but somewhere in that ballpark of Pennsylvania. I guess they have a dumbbell barbell company factory, and they had a dude like a Mr. Atlas guy, like with the big barbell in that kneeling position, doing and so it was a big giant one on the roof. And I remember driving by, I was like, oh, there's the barbell guy. And just because you make that trip so many times,
you start setting milestones.
Yeah,
You're like, okay, I made it to Muscles.
Yeah,
Mr. Muscles. Now we're only like 2 signs away from our exit.
Yeah.
But it's funny, you're not going to see those probably ever again. And I started thinking about it the other day. A large part of the reason for that is because of repurposing of buildings.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you drive by a place and you're like, that was a Pizza Hut?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, I know it's like a lone place now, but that used to be a Pizza Hut. That's why every like fast food place that's being like remodeled or rebuilt looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like the Wandy's is built the same as
the
like
Wandy's.
the Arby's is going to be built, and they're all set up like that office-looking building. So if they ever get booted out, they can put in like a law office or something.
I'm not going to lie, Wendy's. I would not be opposed if y'all went back to that atrium.
Yeah.
You know how they had that little glass atrium in the front of all their restaurants, and you could choose to sit in the glass atrium. Yeah, I don't miss those.
There was a point. There was a bit of point of diminishing returns with having one of those in Roswell.
Yeah,
because you could sit in your air-conditioned, restaurant, or you could sit in the sunroom and bake. And they didn't have a door, so it was just like open air.
That's perfect for those folks that, no matter how hot it is, they're always cold.
Oh yeah.
And then you go into air conditioning, you go sit in the atrium area, and then you're never cold.
Those people are called old.
Well, I'm getting to be one, and so
I know.
I'm in there trying to eat my Frosty. And I'm a bit nippy. I want to go sit in the atrium.
That's fair. If we're bringing things back, Wandy's, I say we bring back the super buffet. That thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that thing was amazing.
Well, and to be honest, I was spoiled because I grew up with a Roy Rogers.
Oh.
And they had a fixins bar like no other. It was
Nice.
literally like you could. Like, if you were poor back then, you could live off the Fixins bar and be just fine. We have and did.
It's funny. The one thing, there's 2 things I miss about Snazzy Pig. When that place was open and bumping, they had 2 things going for them that nobody else was doing.
So many pickles.
That's one of them, was that pickle bar.
Yeah.
Because they had not just pickles, but pickled okra, pickled onions, pickled carrots. They had all.
They had like flat pickles. They had like round pickles.
Some as big as your head. They had pickles as far as the eye could see. But the other thing,
pickle gumbo, pickle.
And I don't know how like truly accurate or to a certain style of cuisine this is, but their cornbread muffins had corn in them.
Oh yeah,
and that was wonderful.
Yeah, I love
a
little
flavor nugget. It just burst open in your mouth when you're eating a cornbread muffin.
Yeah, it's kind of It's kind of like eating cornbread and those corn nuggets at the same time.
Oh my God, I miss corn nuggets. Do they still sell those? Because
they're hard to find. I don't see them very often. If I ever see them, it's usually in a mom and pop restaurant,
right?
And and it's like an appetizer, fried corn nuggets.
They used to have. I think they were called, not how. Okay, so they used to have. They might at some Allsup's they still have them, but they have howlers, which are their jalapeno poppers, and then they have munchers. Munchers were these delightful little discs of potato and cheese.
Okay.
Oh, they were good.
They sound good.
They were good. It's hard. You're hard. Like if you go up to a place, you're like, "Do you guys have the munchers?" And they're like, oh, "Do you have nine minutes to wait?" Like not in an Allsup's.
Well, it depends. Do you have the munchers?
Yeah. Don't answer my question with another question. Answer the question.
Right.
Sounds like you're dodging right here.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste my time and come back and you guys have some howlers.
Well, can I have a Allsup burrito in the meantime while I wait the 9 minutes for my muncher?
Of course you can. This one's been done since 4:30 this morning.
It's been in there long enough where the beans have melded to the tortilla.
We like to think of it as a patina.
Yeah.
It's developed a bit of a patina.
Where it's the bean and the tortilla are actually the same thing now.
The bean has merged into the tortilla, much like a 430-pound woman has merged into the couch.
Right. Yes. It's rooted.
It's a medical drama, but in cuisine form.
It's like that picture, that old Civil War gun leaned up against a tree, and the tree just grew around the thing at some point. That's just like that.
So that old picture, and it's an art piece, but there's like a picture from like Austria, and it's just a bunch of school desks with trees growing around them and stuff.
Yeah, I saw one with a bicycle.
Yeah,
it was like, but see, this day and age, you see it on the internet. How much of it's real? How much it is just somebody?
Well, that's the beauty of Fact Check Nation, because. Yeah. More often than not, people, at least now, it wasn't happening a lot before, but I'm seeing a lot of people in the comments being like, Bill, that's an AI image.
Yeah.
Like there was one, it was like Paul McCartney was at the bedside of, I don't remember who.
Ozzy?
No, it was.
I could see that being an AI image.
No, I think it was like John Bon Jovi or something, but he was like at his bedside and he was like playing a song or whatever. I'm like, this is clearly AI. Or those ones where it's like...
clearly hope it's AI.
Right. Yeah. Stephen Colbert stood up to such and such. It's like, no, he didn't.
Right.
That's fake.
Oh, I see a lot of those.
I know, because I know everything about that story, and that's not one I know, so that's fake.
I saw one that had, what's his name? The big wrestling dude on Fox News, MMA guy. Like he was fighting.
Joe Rogan.
No, not Joe Rogan.
You're talking about the black gentleman.
The big dude.
Yeah.
He's I can't remember his name.
I know who you're talking.
But anyway, like I kept seeing one where he was fighting Whoopi Goldberg on The Viewer. I was like, come on, really?
By the way, I've seen that dude fight. He's bad. He's real bad.
Well, you take Whoopi.
No, you take Whoopi. Yeah. But, oh my gosh, what is that guy's name? That's gonna drive me nuts. Tyson.
Or Titus?
No, I think you're on Tyson Kidd. Hang on.
That dude. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
That guy. Let me give you the rundown.
Tyrus.
Tyson, Tycho.
That terrible.
Tycho. I love Tycho was a synonymous name when I was a kid.
Taika Waititi is a great director.
Yeah. Well, Tycho was my cars. You know, remember the cars with the track?
Yep.
And then you never could pull the trigger all the way because the thing would shoot off.
Of course,
the track.
Tycho for my growing up was the machines, like the bulldozers and stuff you play with in the sandbox.
No, me, it was those racetracks. You could drive it up a wall. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Never. Only in the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let me give you a rundown of this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a bit. Then we're going to replay our interview we had on Friday with Barbara Gomez, Main Street Roswell Executive Director, giving us an update on Activity post-UFO Festival. Mm-hmm. You know, we got farmers markets, chili cheese fest, all that coming up. So
we'll craziness never stops.
It do not. All right, 8:23, here is your weather. Sunny, hot 105, and that was your weather. Now, here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Okay, I was kidding, but I wasn't kidding. It pretty much is going to be sunny, hot 105 for the rest of the week. Currently 77 here in Roswell. Humidity is at 58%. Winds are out of the south at 10 miles per hour. We have a heat advisory, and get used to that. We'll probably be dealing with that or worse the rest of the week. But heat advisory, noon until 7 today. Sunny, hot, 105 for a high today. South winds 5 miles per hour. For you Wednesday, once again, sunny and hot, 105 for a high. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny and hot, 106 for a high. Friday, sunny and hot, 106 for a high. And then the weekend, a little cooler but still hot. Sunny and hot, 101 on Saturday. There is a slight chance of rain Saturday night. Hopefully we'll get some of that. And Sunday night, too. And 98 and sunny on Sunday. All right, it is 8:25. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break. Then we're going to play our interview with Barbara Gomez from Main Street Roswell. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
For the first time ever, the National Championship Air Races are touching down in Roswell, New Mexico. From September 10th through the 14th, witness the world's best pilots battle it out in the fastest motorsport on the planet. Vintage warbirds, cutting-edge jets, aerobatics, and family fun, all against the stunning New Mexico sky. 3, 2, 1. Get your tickets now at airrace.org. Don't miss this high-octane spectacle.
In a medical emergency, every second counts. Artesia General Hospital's emergency department is open 24/7, staffed with highly trained professionals ready to provide life-saving care when you need it most. Don't wait. When minutes matter, trust Artesia General Hospital. Quality emergency care close to home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Slugs have 4 noses, but no fingers to pick them. Here's Mike Winters.
From all the way upstairs. From all the way upstairs on the 4th floor, man.
Wow, yeah, it was a long way.
It was a trek.
It was a trek. Yes.
Barbara Gomez with Main Street Roswell. Back
Good
with
morning,
us.
Mike.
How are you today?
Hey, better than I was a month ago.
I'm about to say you can take a slight breath of sigh of relief.
A sigh of relief.
Of course. the one thing that's always funny is that right after UFO Festival, Saturday mornings get quite busy as the farmers market continues. We're about a month in now,
yes,
I think. About four or so farmers markets in now.
And you know what? They are rocking and rolling.
Good deal.
I have to tell you, every week I get calls from people or emails saying, hey, can I still jump into the farmers market? Yes, you can. You can be there even though it's already started. You can get in the last few because it goes on until October.
Absolutely. Yeah, we still got another 2 months of this at least.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as you are, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we don't want like Mary Kay or, some kind of jewelry or home decorating that you buy someplace.
Yeah, homemade stuff.
It's
home
all
craft.
homemade crafts.
Yeah.
But some of the people,
foods and produce.
Foods and beverages. But I have received a few phone calls, like somebody saying, hey, my daughter makes sourdough bread. Now, who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
If you can figure out a way to bake it there, you won't need to advertise. They'll just follow their noses.
Just follow your nose. But I understand that they've had 40, 50, sometimes 60 people out there. And so we're kind of merging a couple of events coming up really quick here, Mike.
That's true.
Because the Piñata Fest is coming up, and they're doing it the same weekend as the air races, so they're doing it that same weekend. But that doesn't stop farmers markets.
It's all going.
We're still going to go. We're still going to have watermelons out there. We're still going to have fruits and vegetables and jalapenos and green chili.
Oh, yeah, your chilies will still be around, too.
Your chilies will still be there. But they will merge right into the next thing that's going to be happening, which is, the Piñata Fest. So that'll be a fun weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah, and those are always cool when they do that because, it's like two events rolled into one because about 11-ish or so, the farmers market wraps up and it rolls right into Piñata Fest.
Right into Piñata Fest. So it's going to be a fun weekend, so plan to be there. The other things that we have going on right now, of course, we talked about we're wrapping up the UFO Festival, so pretty much it's wrapped up. And, I think this year was a little bit different, a little quieter, a little bit different than it was before. But I did hear a number of merchants downtown said they did well. Some didn't do as well.
Yeah.
A lot of food trucks did really, really great. But many of them, Mike, I'm telling you, so many of them were going, I want this spot next year. Sign me up today.
I feel like it, whereas maybe some of the weather may have kept some of the out-of-town folks, I think we had a lot more locals come in and partake and stick around that weekend and experience some of it.
Right, and the drone show really brought in a lot of people.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So we're already planning for next year to see how we're going to incorporate that into the event. Because, like I said to you earlier today, Mike, the next year is going to be the 250th birthday of the United States of America. So it's going to be a very full patriotic weekend.
Excellent.
And this year we had fantastic music. We did have, some blues music. We had all kinds of mix of country and Spanish music. We had
and there was always
band.
The two stages going there for most of the weekend. So it's okay, these folks aren't your cup of tea. Mosey on down over here and check out what's going on over here.
It was really, really great. And so a big thank you to everybody that came out to sing. And everybody that was interested in coming. But we had a young lady that came all the way from California. She just wanted to sing somewhere. You may have seen her out there. I think she had a purple face. And, I mean, she was...
you have a purple face at UFO Fest. We kind of blend in.
You're kind of just a regular person at that point, right? You're just one of us after that. That's right. But anyway, a big thank you to sponsors and people that came out. It was great. And we are always... willing to listen. If you think you have some fantastic idea, give us a call, but do it early.
Absolutely.
Please don't wait till the day of the event and say, hey, Barbara, did you know what would be really, really good if you did this?
Yeah.
Because I will not remember. I won't remember a single word you said about next year.
When we have these planning meetings that they'll start announcing here probably in the fall.
Yes. That might be a good idea.
That's when you start mentioning it.
Or just send me a message via Facebook. But But you know what, Mike? We're moving on to some bigger and better and fun things that we still have going. We never stop moving and grooving on Main Street. So I do want to tell you about some new businesses that have popped up on Main Street.
Great.
So some of you think that we're not doing anything downtown. We are. You need to come down. If you are a local and have not come down to visit the shops. We've got so many great new shops.
I'm not going to lie. It seems like every time I take a walk up downstairs, like, hey, is that new? Is that new?
Is that a new thing that's there?
I almost every, because I've worked downtown. So, I walk, grab lunch or something every once in a while. And every once in a while, I'm just walking and I'll look and say, hey, is that a different? Or sometimes some of the businesses, they've done some upgrades, changes. And so it kind of looks like a new place.
A new place. And they are. I mean, Every quarter, I put together reports, one that goes to the city of Roswell and the other one that goes to New Mexico Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're talking about is, have you done any upgrades in your area? If you put in a new door, a new window, facade, anything that you've done, a new bathroom, anything, any type of private investment, we want to know about it.
Sure.
And so the merchants downtown are constantly upgrading something. I don't know if you heard or not, but I know that Stellar is working on a big project themselves. So pretty quick. Of course, it's not approved and ready to go yet, but they might have a lounge opening up on the back end of their building.
Very good.
So it'll be a really, you can have coffee up front, or you can go sit in back and I guess do like a beatnik, sit back there in the nice, quiet.
That kind of place is a social gathering spot anyway, so it makes sense to to allow or make it more agreeable to do that.
Yeah. So I'm excited about what she has planned. And, of course, she is a coffee company here on Main Street, but we had a brand new one that opened up right over here at 304 North Richardson.
Yeah, it's like 2 blocks. So basically, if you're here on Main and then once you run out of fuel while you're back over here saying visit in the Miniatures Museum or something,
you can go get
you round 2 at Degenerate Coffee.
Yeah, Degenerate Coffee is opened up. They had their grand opening on July the 25th. That morning. And Mike, I have to tell you, I didn't make it there quite at 9 a.m., but I went there a little bit later, and there was a line. Mm-hmm. There was a line out the door, and they had a lot of questions about roasting, about small batch roasting.
Okay.
A lot of, there's a lot of coffee aficionados, I guess you call them.
Well,
this younger crowd.
Every coffee shop you see, there's always a line, and so it's very popular.
It's very popular.
Yeah.
What was really cool about them is that they partnered up with GF Bakery, and GF Bakery, it's gluten-free bakery.
Oh, okay.
It's on Main Street on the other side of El Toro Bravo. Over on the south side.
I got some family members like to visit that place. They're both celiac, so they can't eat gluten.
So you can, but they not only do they offer gluten-free, but they also offer just regular cupcakes and cakes and cookies.
For us gluten eaters.
For the rest of us that don't have to watch that.
Right.
But they partnered up on that, and so you could have a cup of coffee or a muffin or something from there.
Nice.
And actually, that group is considering. They're kind of looking around. They're considering moving around Richardson Avenue, somewhere close to the coffee shop.
Okay.
They feel like it'd be a good partnership.
Sure.
And
in wafting distance, where they can the smells waft
so
over.
So you can go grab you a book.
Yes.
You can get you maybe a muffin.
Sure.
Get you some coffee. Go over to the Miniature Museum.
Yeah.
That Richardson Avenue has been something that has been a thought of myself and a few other people here in the community. Of the area between 3rd and 4th Street. We like to refer that to Rockin' on Richardson. And so that will be a project at some point, Mike, to reduce some of that area and really encourage people, because everything from, La Gran Victoria is that direction. And most recently,
encourage people to meander and hang out in that part of the Main Street district,
and it's
too.
kind of a different feel there. It's busy. Yes, we have traffic, but
it's a go-between. It's not a spot where people stop and do things.
Right. And we were thinking about even considering when the UFO happens or other events to move some of those trucks maybe on Richardson and encourage people to, filter into some of the other areas of Main Street. Not
put an attraction over there that would draw people there, if we like a slide or whatever, something. Yeah.
And just most recently, Casa Bella Boutique that used to be located on Main Street, they've moved over right across the street from the City of Roswell Water Department.
Okay.
So they are there now, and they've got a huge location there.
Pay your water bill and get all gussied up.
Yeah, get all gussied up. Yeah.
Not for the water people. They don't care. But, everybody else.
I mean, you can even they want you to go in there and pay your bill.
That's right. Hey, you look pretty while paying the bill.
And then go a block over, and you end up at Pepper's. Pepper's restaurant is within the district. And then across the street is that Paleteria. If you have never been to that Paleteria across on the north side of Peppers, I mean, it's very addicting, but it's really, really, really good. They have all those homemade ice creams and, fruit type, what do you call them, popsicles.
Yeah.
It's a great place to go. So anyway, going back on Main Street, where Casabella used to be at 305 North Main, there's a brand new shop that's opened. It's called the Pretzel and Ice Cream Shop.
Those are two of my favorite things.
They've done such a great job. If you've not driven by Main Street, they've got, they put, what are they called, vinyls on their windows, pictures of ice creams. But they have everything that I love, every bad thing that I love. So they do have ice cream. They do have pretzels. And they have dipping type things for your pretzels. So they have the cheese, marinara, ranch dressing. So if you want to dip your pretzels into something, and then they have...
They do chocolate?
I bet they would.
It's pretty good.
Is it really good? I've never tried
pretzel
that.
hut and chocolate? Yeah, it's
really? I bet they do have it. But they also have cotton candy, and they have popcorn. I mean, how can you go wrong with any of that?
And you can dip that popcorn in chocolate, too. It's pretty good.
That's right. Sounds like Mike likes chocolate.
I'm a fan. But you know what? I'll dip that pretzel in cheese. Marinara is different, but I'm willing to try it.
Yeah. Well, when you go to an Italian restaurant, it's like a breadstick.
It's like a saltier breadstick.
Yeah. So,
I'm in.
I mean, they've got, during the UFO festival, they opened up, I think, the week before the UFO festival, and that weekend, they were just hopping. These are the same people that own the pizza center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got great pizza and Italian food.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they have great pizza. So if you have not been to a pizza center, they are located right there next to the bus station.
Yeah.
And on the corner next to Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah, if you're, you can smell them if you're within a block or so. You smell the pizza.
You know what? If you've not had their pizza, Mike, it is so...
Got a good cheesesteak, too, if you're in sub sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
And, pasta. They got some great pasta dishes. They got some good food.
And you know what? They're really, really great people. Very friendly, very willing to make you a great meal. As a matter of fact, I'm planning a meeting with them next week, and they said, come early and have lunch with us. And I thought, well, you don't have to ask me twice. We'll figure out a way to get there a little early so we can eat lunch.
Absolutely. Wow,
but that's become one of my husband's favorite places to go eat is at the pizza place right there. And then we have something that's a little different and a little fun. So right next to, well, of course, you can smell cookies all the time during the weekend at Sweet Baby Jay's.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you've not had a dessert from Sweet Baby Jay's, you need to go by
great
there.
Cupcakes and
they have
all
cupcakes,
that.
cookies, puddings, pies.
And they do if you need fancy cupcakes or something for a event or something, they'll be perfect. They
right.
Get that stuff done.
And they even, saying if you're having an event and you want to have maybe a baby shower or a wedding shower, their venue is beautiful and they do rent that out.
Okay, so you can actually do them there too.
Yeah, you can do them there if you want to. But right beside them, a brand new shop opened up also right before the UFO Festival. It's at 325 North Main Street, is the Cosmic Disc Shop. Okay. I know a lot of people have gotten into disc golf now, Mike.
So it's a disc golf store.
It's a disc golf store. I have not been in it, but one of my board members did go by there, and he said that they have kind of a virtual type of a disc.
Okay,
so
kind of for
like
Top Golf kind of thing, but for disc golf.
Yeah, but disc golf. So you can practice. I don't know if there's more than one, but I know that there is a disc golf over on Enchanted Hills.
Yeah, that's good. Enchanted Hills is a disc golf course.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to
fast.
say. Yeah, it really is. And I know they've had tournaments out there, but I'm not sure if they have them other places because I know that my son and his family are all into it.
Oh, yeah.
But they have tournaments.
There's kids that are getting sponsored, and I remember interviewing a young man a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's like sponsored and competes, and it's like a golf tour kind of deal.
Yeah,
but
it
for
really
disc golf.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I took my dogs for a walk there one time, and they were having a tournament, and it was kind of hard to keep my dogs from wanting to chase the disc.
Right, that's the problem. Is leave your pets at home.
Yeah,
they probably might be a problem.
Right. And of course, we have that alien escape room that's coming down the road. It is going to be on the south side of 2nd Street, so it's on the south part of Main Street. All the buildings across the street from the UFO Museum are also going to be something. I mean, it's all a lot under wraps right now, so I'm not sure what all is going in there.
It's classified.
But yeah, it's classified. I thought we were unclassified now.
Not anymore.
Yet. Not yet.
Some things are still beyond the curtain.
Yes. But anyway, you will be seeing some family-friendly type things that are happening across the street from the UFO Museum. And, of course, anyone that brings anybody to town to visit knows they need to take them to the UFO Museum.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you have to go there.
Actually, if you haven't been yourself in a while, they've done a lot of upgrades and additions to the exhibits and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth it. It's a new experience if you haven't been in a while.
Yeah, and not only that, they're really always keeping on top of things in terms of new UFOologists. They may have speakers there, or may they have events there, or they also have a really nice location between the park itself. The little corner tree park area,
garden kind of area. Yeah.
They do have another room there that they hold meetings in there. So it's their library.
To be honest, people don't realize it. Short of Vatican City, it is the largest research facility for UFO alien stuff in the world. The second, and I was just talking back during UFO Festival about this. The first largest is in Vatican City, which we don't have access to. The second one is right here in the Main Street corridor.
Right. do you know? I hear a lot about UFOs during that time, and I heard somebody was telling me about some place in California that does something in the desert that's also UFO. Well, I mean, we like to think it's unique to Roswell, but I don't think. I mean, they're everywhere. People spot them in other countries and other cities.
We are the mecca for people talking and coming to be about it, but it's people from all over the world that experience it.
That's right. So anyway, so that right there, let's see, I was talking about the south side. So right there next to the furniture building on the south side of Main, we do have the alien escape room that's going to be coming up. I know I've been talking about it since last year. They've just really been wanting to make it look great. I did get a short tour of it. But the cool thing that they were telling me, Mike, is that because it used to be the old soap shop. So if you're wondering where that's at exactly, it's where the old soap shop. I think it used to be an antique store at one time also.
It's probably had many faces over time.
A few faces, but it's got some bright colors in front of it now, so you cannot miss it.
Kind of sticks out in front.
It really stands out now. But the guys that are working on it, there was that Josh Knight that came with me that one time. Remember Josh
on the radio here? Yeah.
Well, Josh, he's a fantastic singer, and he sang with Tyrone Vaughn, and he did the opening act for the UFO Festival for him. But he was telling me that they hope to make it change the face of it or what type of an escape room it is throughout the year. So maybe it's not always going to be an alien escape room.
It's themed throughout the year.
Yeah, so it's going to
might be a Christmas one year or something.
Yeah, or maybe it will be a Halloween one, or it may be a cowboy theme one. I really don't know what all they're planning, but it's going to be a great.
Maybe next year a patriotic theme one during the.
Yeah, you know what? That might be really, really cool.
Yeah.
And down the street from there is Alien Fizz. If you've not been there, they've got all kinds of retro candy, retro drinks.
Pretty much any kind of soda you can think of.
Yeah. And they recently let me know that they're working on a plan of redoing their facade in the front. So it might be looking a lot like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's going to be lots of colors.
If I see kids blown up and floating, I know what happened.
the fizzy drink, whatever that's called. So, I mean, there's just so much going on Main Street, Mike, and I just really encourage people to come out. And, of course, if you haven't had a chance to look at the Chaves County Cultural Plaza, they already did the groundbreaking in June. That is also part of Main Street and part of the county. So where the Chaves County Courthouse lawn is at, you have the administrative buildings, the parking lot, and directly behind that, they've already started breaking ground. So we hope that this plaza, it's called the Chaves County Cultural Plaza, that this plaza will be up and ready to go for use, hopefully by the end of this year, first of next. But they're moving pretty fast over there. So we're hoping to see some great things
Excellent.
going on over there.
That could create some great additions to UFO Festival as well here.
Yeah,
as far as
be another
location
venue
and
and fun other things to move us around.
Yep.
Because we're not just on the main street. We go east towards Virginia and encompass the railroad district. And I hear some things are popping over there. As soon as I know a little bit more, I'll tell you guys.
We'll get the
and
skinny.
then, who knows? Maybe we'll have barbecue again. We'll see. But over on the west side, we go all the way to Richardson, and in the middle of the alley, actually, is kind of a weird place for our district to end, but it's
just
in
where
the
line
alley
is.
behind all those businesses is where the district ends. So a lot of great things, and of course, all the way towards burritos and more. So anyway, guys, please come out and support what's going on and be proud of our community.
Absolutely.
We are working hard to try to get this place exciting, and of course, get it ready for the air races.
Absolutely.
The air races are coming around, so we're going to be flooded with people.
Time to put the party dress back on again.
That's right.
So, but start tomorrow. Come out and begin at 7 a.m. for farmers market and everything
That's right.
else.
We'll
Good
be
deal.
there.
All right. 8:30 on the dot. I was hoping to get you out a little early, but we'll
goodness.
get you there. So
Hey, I'm done. My husband's probably texting me saying, we got to get on
I'm
the
sure
road.
he's getting a little like, come on, hurry up.
Come
So
on.
she's all yours now. Thank you, Barbara. We'll see you next time.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Take care. Safe travels.
Now for your Pecos Valley news updates, I'm Jared Cirillo. If you live in Lincoln County and were affected by severe storms, flooding, and mudslides that began June 23rd, you may be eligible for assistance from FEMA for uninsured losses. If you have already applied for FEMA help, a home inspection may be required to verify damage. The information gathered during the inspection is one of several criteria used by FEMA to determine whether applicants are approved for federal assistance. Within 10 days of submitting the application, a FEMA inspector may contact applicants to schedule an appointment. New Mexico's farmers, ranchers, and food security organizations are facing severe consequences due to federal funding freezes and agency layoffs. Despite court rulings ordering the release of obligated federal funds, critical projects remain stalled. That's leading to layoffs, mounting debt, and halted conservation work ahead of an expected hot and dry season. In fiscal year 24, New Mexico received close to $430 million in federal funding to support food, agriculture, and conservation programs. The federal cuts may force the state to absorb significant additional costs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70 and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. Some investment managers themselves were surprised at how stocks rebounded from last week's losses. The three major averages recovered all of the losses, though the experts also say August is often a weak month for stocks with low volume. Many experts think the new low hiring numbers were right. Others think they're just because companies are waiting until tariff uncertainty ends to hire and expand, including with new tax breaks. Stocks were up, but the issues affecting the economy have not changed. Tariffs, hiring, interest rates, and the slow real estate market. U.S. senators say the tariffs are raising so much money for the U.S. Treasury, the federal budget could start to depend on tariff income. Well, before prices are passed on to customers, companies are still trying to figure out how much they may be able to raise prices without losing customers. The Wall Street Journal says companies think customers are becoming more thrifty again. A survey by Empower 401k Plans says many people now spend 4 hours a day thinking about money. Starbucks is closing pickup-only locations to try to rebuild more engagement with customers. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Do you know what the hardest part of dealing with the roofer is? Just trying to get them on the phone. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I want you to know that you can always trust Trustmark Roofing to answer our phone. Need a free roof inspection? Just call us at 575-755-ROOF and we'll answer with a live person, a real human being. Have a roofing project already going with us and need to discuss it? Just call 575-755-ROOF and we will answer the phone. No answering machine, no voicemails, and no weird robot automated attendant. That's because at Trustmark Roofing, we're all about relationships and treating people right. That's true for customers and vendors and insurance companies and employees. Anyone and everyone who comes in contact with our company. So if you have any roofing needs at all, trust Trustmark to treat you right and to answer the phone. Our number again is 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
For the first time ever, the National Championship Air Races are touching down in Roswell, New Mexico from September 10th through the 14th. Witness the world's best pilots battle it out in the fastest motorsport on the planet. Vintage warbirds, cutting-edge jets, aerobatics, and family fun, all against the stunning New Mexico sky.
3, 2, 1.
Get your tickets now at airrace.org. Don't miss this high-octane spectacle.
Registration is now open for the fall semester at Eastern New Mexico University Roswell. Classes will fill up fast, so don't wait. Sign up early to create a schedule that works best for you. New students are encouraged to sign up now. Advisors are ready to help you kickstart your path to academic success. Start today. Visit roswell.enmu.edu or call 575-624-7000. ENMUR. Success starts here.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
My name is Marie Senna. I'm a painter, tattoo artist, illustrator, and medical tattooer. Before I became a business owner, I did not have health insurance. I don't get my health insurance from an employer. I assumed that it was unattainable for me, but it was really easy to find a health insurance plan through BeWell. Now that I have health insurance that is affordable, I feel like I've got some peace of mind that if I need to go to the doctor or the hospital, I'm not going to break my bank. Visit BeWellNM.com to find a plan for you. What's the best that could happen?
Your favorite time of year is here. Time to get the pool ready. And Mays Lumber in Roswell is your BioGuard headquarters. They have regular chlorine, including pool generators, and Soft Swim by BioGuard for your non-chlorine products. Prepare and maintain your pool for summer the right way for a full season of smiles instead of headaches. Get your pool ready for summer with Mays Lumber. Hurry into Mays Lumber Company, 115 South Virginia in Roswell.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Celebrate the bounty of Lee County at the 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington. And get ready for the biggest entertainment lineup in New Mexico. August the 5th, after PRCA Extreme Bulls, William Beckman. August the 6th, Faith and Family Night with We the Kingdom. August the 7th, Tough Enough to Wear Pink with Randy Hauser. August the 8th, it's American Heroes Night featuring Midland. And August the 9th, for Volunteer Appreciation Night, country superstar Miranda Lambert. Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington, New Mexico. For more information and tickets, log on to leecountyfair.net.
It's back to school time again. The one thing that never changes at this time of year is how much we need to pray over our schools. There are also words from the Bible that offer encouragement to both our students and educators during this time. Joshua writes this, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Solomon writes this in Proverbs chapter 3, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." So our church would like to pray this prayer over you. Heavenly Father, as our children and educators step into a new school year, we ask you for protection, wisdom, and peace to surround them. Guard their hearts and minds. Fill them with confidence and perseverance, and help them to be lights of kindness and faith in their schools. Bless our students, our teachers, our friends, and families, and guide them all in your truth and love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Hi everyone, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. We now carry Mayo Furniture. Not only is it proudly built in the U.S., but there are hundreds of custom options to choose from, including fabrics, top grain leathers, nail head, trim, and feet. The quality and construction stands apart from other brands in the industry, ensuring your satisfaction for years to come. Turn your living room into a reflection of your refined taste. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda in Roswell, where delivery is free since 1953.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Sigmund Freud once believed that cocaine could be used to help treat a morphine addiction. Mike used bacon to get over his addiction to beef. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. We are closing in on 9 o'clock. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. We're going to replay our interview we had earlier in the month with Don Weld, talking Friends of the Spring River Zoo. They are trying, with flooding and everything, there's been a lot of, change over at the zoo. And the Friends kind of went a little defunct over the flooding. They're trying to get the band back together and start getting projects going and things like that, but they're needing volunteers. So we'll play that interview with Don next hour and learn you all about that. Town Hall News is coming up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Hugh Hewitt is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Titan submersible disaster was preventable. That's the conclusion reached by a Coast Guard investigation of the 2023 disaster and left 5 people dead. The deep-sea sub imploded while on its way to the wreckage of the Titanic. Texas House Speaker Dustin Burrows says Democrats who fled the state to block a vote on redrawn congressional maps face a choice. They can return to work or risk arrest.
Whether it's tomorrow or next week, the House will complete its required duties. I have signed the civil arrest warrants. We will work with DPS to locate members.
The revised maps designed to reflect the will of the voters, but Democrats cry racism, accusing Republicans of playing politics. Attorney General Bondi has ordered the Department of Justice to move forward with a probe into the Trump-Russia investigation. Follows a release of documents that discredit the inquiry that found Moscow interfered in the 2016 U.S. presidential election in favor of Mr. Trump.
Bondi has directed a prosecutor to present evidence to a grand jury after referrals from the Trump administration's top intelligence official. It's not clear which former officials might be the target of any grand jury activity, where the grand jury that might ultimately hear evidence will be located, or which prosecutors, whether career employees or political appointees, might be involved in pursuing the investigation.
And that's correspondent Ken Lorman reporting. Watching Wall Street this morning, stocks which had started off the day higher have now turned negative, and the Dow is down about 194 points for a loss of roughly 0.5%. The Nasdaq off 126 and the S&P down 36 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Brazil's Supreme Court has ordered house arrest for former President Jair Bolsonaro on trial for an alleged coup plot after losing the 2022 election.
The judge in charge of investigating him, Alexander de Moraes, has said that he hasn't been complying with these restraining orders that were put on him last month. In particular, the allegation is that he has been using social networks of his allies, including of his sons, to spread messages that encourage attacks on the Supreme Court and encourage foreign intervention in the Brazilian judiciary. On Sunday, there were pro-Bolsonaro rallies held in various different cities around Brazil. And one of his sons, Flavio, during one of these rallies, briefly put his father on speakerphone to the crowd in Rio de Janeiro.
The BBC's Ione Wells. Authorities in Scotland have cancelled train service and closed parks. A rare summer storm brings destructive winds to northern Britain. News and analysis, townhall.com. The owners of the cargo ship that crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge near Baltimore are suing the company that built the vessel.
The lawsuit filed in federal court in Pennsylvania last week alleges negligence in the design of a critical switchboard on the ship. Grace Ocean Private, the owner of the Dolly, filed the lawsuit against Hyundai Heavy Industries in U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. Hyundai Heavy Industries could not immediately be reached for comment. Grace Ocean Private contends the switchboard was defectively designed in a manner that wiring connections were not secure. Keith Peters, Washington.
The strike by several thousand Boeing machinists is into its second day now. The walkout affects Boeing's work on military aircraft and weapon systems. The strikers rejected a contract proposal offering a 20% wage hike over 4 years. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Just in your nose.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters. Right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy hot Tuesday.
It's going to be a hot one, summer in the city.
And coming after that is a hot Wednesday, followed by a hot Thursday and a hot Friday and a hot weekend.
That's right.
Which, by the way, Jocelyn, I'm sure you guys could use more cooling donations for Food Not Bombs. Water is always a...
Oh, absolutely.
You bring a case of water, you're in good company. You can always deal with that. But I imagine if you've got cooling things to donate, rags, cooling rags,
cooling
or those
towels, those really, really cool neck ACs.
The ones you dip in the water and then you wrap around your neck. Those work pretty good.
Those are always handy, yeah.
Especially I'll remember that came in very handy several moons ago, Kim and I were on vacation.
Mhm.
We were in Mexico at the Aztec ruins there on our cruise there, and Kim got overheated and I'd say heat exhaustion at that level. And sure enough, one of the people there with us had one of those things in a cooler,
Right.
And she said it instantly made her feel better.
Oh yeah,
putting that thing on.
as soon as you can cool off this area right here,
Yeah.
the spot that surrounds your spinal column and your main brain cables.
Yeah.
If you can cool that area off first, that's your best bet.
And ever since then, we've owned, I think, 2 sets we've got at the house.
They're handy to have for sure.
But yes, but if you got items like that to donate, reach out to Food Not Bombs Roswell through Jocelyn. They would love to. Even I know you don't think so much about this. You think more about this during the flooding and all that. But things like socks, underwear, stuff like that, keeping that stuff fresh, changed. That's a big difference too, especially with hotter temps. Funguses and athlete's foot that builds up in climates like this. Not just walking around in gym locker rooms.
Yeah. Not to mention the swamp areas.
Yes. Some talcum powder be handy. All these things.
Deodorant, all the good stuff.
Yeah, but
help out where you
but
can.
waters, stuff that makes life easier. Reach out, and if you want specifics, shoot a message on.
Find Food Not Bombs on Facebook. You can open up the Messenger app, and that'll usually that question actually goes out to the Food Not Bombs community.
Yeah.
So any number of people could be able to reach out with resources or be able to help you out.
Absolutely, and of course they're always looking for food. That's their main thing. But when we get extreme weather situations like cold, heat, etc., and unfortunately, I don't think there's any really cooling centers for folks to go cool off at.
Yeah, not really right now.
Not public ones. I mean, other than
outside of the splash pads.
Yeah, or hang out, places like the library or whatever to get air. You know what I mean? But like, there isn't a designated cooling spot for folks anymore. Those resources aren't available. So,
which actually segues nicely into what I kind of wanted to talk about. I am providing a service for the rest of this summer.
You are? Okay.
I am, for a nominal fee, because I know there's a lot of adults out there who, made the decision early on not to have children, or kids just were never a thing in their, in
You're looking
their
at me,
world.
aren't you?
Not necessarily. But there's a lot of opportunities and activities that go wanting for those folks. Like, you can't just show up at the play place and, enjoy, or you can't go to the splash pad really and, and not get weird looks. So for a nominal fee for the rest of the summer, I'm offering Rent-A-Kid.
Nice.
You can take one of my 2 or both.
Yeah.
For
is there a discount?
A dual discount, absolutely. And with them, you can go to the splash pad and enjoy a nice cool afternoon. You can head out to the pool.
Sure.
And look like a goofball on the water slides, and you'll be
fair warning. With the girl, you're limited on food options.
But the beauty of it is, the stuff she does eat is very cheap.
It's true.
So
you give her some pizza, some certain kind of nuggets, certain kind of pizza, you're all right.
So if for those out there who the childless among us who would like to rent my children, they'll be available after school and on weekends through Labor Day.
There you go. So let me ask, is it cheaper to take both kids or just one kid?
I would opt for just the one.
It's okay, it's $50 for one, but $25 if you take both.
Problem is, the discount is so deep on the 2 that I end up paying them.
Yeah. Oh, well, they got to get their taste.
Yeah, so I end up losing money in the dual discount.
So let me ask, in the spirit of marketing, is there guarantees I get? Like, say I rent a child or for say an adventure. Do I get like a guaranteed photo booth opportunity, or like what's my perks here? What do I get on this end other than other than the ability to go see a child's movie without people looking at me like a predator? I mean,
but there's opportunities for photos for sure.
Gotcha. Am I guaranteed, or like they can't refuse a photo if I say, hey, we're going to dress up in old timey stuff and take a photo?
Sure. Yeah,
You're obligated to do such.
You're
thing.
paying for their time.
Got it. Okay. I didn't know if they had right to refuse on these things. That's what I'm
Just
saying.
realized this is really starting to sound more and more like I'm trafficking my children.
Nah.
Just as the statement, you're paying for their time. That makes me feel a little. Okay.
Although, pull back the curtain. Part of me's kind of like got this image of like me sitting there with a garden hose while they're like in trash bags and in the trash can lids running around. It's like, come on, this is fun. Keep running.
How much longer?
Right. This is what we did when we were kids and we liked it. Come here. Yes. Turn around.
Right in the face. I like that you're using the sprayer. I'd be over there with a thumb over the nozzle.
Oh, no. I'm going to shill out for the $2 gun nozzle.
Go with pin prick.
Yeah, I'm not getting the fancy one. I'm getting that one that's like in the dollar bin.
Yeah.
You can just screw on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, those are effective.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. We're going to mist setting if you don't do it right. I said slip and slide.
Doesn't matter that it ends in a gravel pit. That's fine. That's where the flat part is. That's the only place we can put it.
That's one of those sensations that you miss when you're an adult. The opportunity to slip intentionally.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to slip a lot as an adult, but none of it is on purpose.
No.
You can't really control your descent and your, the after effects.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas as a kid, when you slipped intentionally, you knew what you were doing. You knew where you were going. You knew that at some point you were probably going to try to flip onto your belly and then back onto a sitting position.
Sure. I
Just
meant
to
to
show
do that.
off.
Yeah. Every time I try I meant to do that, it doesn't come across or anything. Yeah. But in all fairness, now it's weird things like that step was farther than I thought it was. Or, you know what I mean?
Yep. They all blended together for a quick second, so I got lost.
Or that's when you start blaming the architect. Who puts these? These aren't standard step lengths. These are too short or too long.
One of my favorite places on Facebook is a group that I'm in called Death Stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a series of like people who have like, shoddy masonry work where like one step's real long and then there's like 16 little itty bitty steps.
Right.
Or when the steps, they don't put like some type of like grip tape or something to denote that this is the end of the step.
Right.
And they just all look like one, like a ramp almost.
You don't realize how dangerous that is until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Over in, I think it's in Japan, there's a staircase that goes to nowhere. It's just, you go, it's like...
Sound like the Winchester house.
It's like 1,000 feet in the air. And there's no, like, from what I've seen, and maybe this was AI, but I don't think it was.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rails.
Okay.
So, like, people are, like, terrified, like, crawling up these stairs just to try to make
Have you
it.
seen, I've seen pictures of, I've never seen it in an actual house, but I've seen pictures of what they call witches' stairs.
I've heard of it.
Well, what the rumor or the theory behind it is witches can't use these type of stairs, and basically you have a step for each foot. And
I've seen. Those are great in theory until you've had a couple too many. And
I'm about to say they're a nightmare. That's I can't imagine there's an insurance company in the land that will insure a home with those in it.
They do look fun. It looks like that would be a lot of fun with a slinky.
Yeah.
Like if you knew your angles. But
my understanding is in olden times to avoid witches, you put a witch's stairs in so they couldn't get to the family upstairs.
There you go.
That was the.
I was gonna say I thought you just as long as you don't invite them in, but that's
witches can do all kinds of stuff, but they can't manage to separate it climbing one foot on this step and the other.
This is why you never trust a witch working together with a vampire.
Yeah,
because they can fill in each other's gaps.
Why don't you just take the broom up?
Right? Yeah, Nimbus 2000 up that bad boy. I've seen you work it.
Just feel like they didn't think this through on this. I've got them. We'll make the steps uneven. That'll keep the witches out. Witches can't go up uneven steps.
They get to the one, they're like, damn it!
Foiled.
Gotta come down sometime, little lady.
They tied my laces. Double knot.
Double knots. Bastards. Kids are in school now, I can say.
Yeah, that's kind of, but yeah, that's what I was understanding the theory was behind that. But they're, and I don't think, and I'm thank goodness there's not people regularly making that like a trend in their house, because that, I mean, there is a point when your house looking cool versus, okay, I might kill myself trying to navigate day-to-day things on here.
There's a weird trend that I've been seeing pop up on like people who like will go through and look at different weird houses on Zillow. And that's houses that look completely normal on the outside, just like a standard suburban home, but inside they look like a cave. Yeah. They've got like all these like cave walls built up, and like the window from like the kitchen to the dining room is like bones.
I don't spend a lot of time watching like HGTV and those types of channels.
Right.
However, that lady Britta, is that her name, Britta? She was in Parks and Rec. Community, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Gillian.
But she does the Papertarian commercials, and she's Brit. But anyway, she hosts a show on HGTV or one of those
Gillian
channels.
Anderson, I want to say.
I think her name's like Britta. She was Britta.
Britta is the name. Her character name in the show.
But I don't remember her actual name.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying her real name is like Gillian.
Oh, is it? I thought it was
Anderson or something
different.
like that.
But anyway.
But yeah,
that doesn't ring a bell.
No.
But anyway, she has a show on HGTV called "The Ugliest Houses in America."
Okay.
And so
are you talking about the girl who played Retta on Parks and
Retta,
Rec?
not Britta.
Okay.
Retta. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She's the Papertarian.
Yeah.
You've seen the. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
I know her.
I got my co-stars confused, or my stars confused.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but anyway.
I have watched a couple of those episodes of Worst Houses in America. Some of those are wow.
Well, and there's some they're just like, some are just way.
The one that got me was where they had cameras in like every like angle of every room.
Well, and then some like go over goth, or they'll try to make it look like, I think they're trying to look at like Victorian era, and it ends up looking like some weird killer clowns from outer space house or something. But the premise of the show is they basically go to each region of the United States, and then somehow, some way, they'll showcase several houses, and then they'll pick the worst of each region, and then from there they'll get the worst house in America, and then what's her name, and another decorator, one of the decorators, comes in and redesigns the home and makes it not ugly.
Did you see the episode where they featured one of the houses from just outside of Lincoln?
No, the one I saw one in like Santa Fe or Taos somewhere.
So they did an and I'm pretty sure this was Ugliest Homes, but they did an episode where it's this house that's up in the mountains, and it's a series of geodesic domes that are put together, and the nightmare of it is the way because all of these domes are added on, so the getting to them. Is like on one you
like it was a good idea that was poorly executed.
On one you have to climb onto a piano and then onto a stack of books to get to a step ladder to get to the next level.
That'd be great if you're Peter Pan.
Right. And again, if you've had just a couple too many, we're like
But is it all self-containing? Like it's a whole ecosystem in the house, and it cools, heats, provides food, provides water, whatever.
It was an experiment. Like the guy just decided he was fascinated by the idea of geodesic home living.
Gotcha.
And so he started building one, and then he just kept building onto it and onto it and onto it, and eventually it just became its own thing.
It's like Temu Biodome.
Right. It's the beauty of the geodesic dome is it's the house that keeps on giving.
And if it's bad, if it's a Temu Stephen Baldwin. I'm just saying. All right, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. You've hit Bob Barrow and you're getting Temu Baldwin. We're going to get you up to date with the weather here in just a bit, and then we're going to play our interview we had with Don Weld, talking Friends of the Zoo. They are looking for volunteers, more people at a dare I say desperately? I dare. Desperately need volunteers and things. So we'll play that interview for you in a bit. Before we do that, though, here is your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70 and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, did I refresh? I did not. Let me refresh that because it's not quite. There you go. That's a little hotter. 82 here in Roswell. Humidity's at 51%. Winds are currently out of the south at 14 miles per hour. We do have a heat advisory for today. That will take effect at noon. Will remain in effect through 7 p.m. this evening. Expect more of those as the week goes on because today is going to be the same weather forecast for pretty much the rest of the week. But expect a high of 105 today under sunny and hot conditions. Southeast winds at 5 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be mostly clear. Overnight low of 71. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, just like today, sunny, hot, 105. South winds 5 to 10. Thursday, sunny and hot, high of 106. Winds out of the south 5 to 10. Friday, sunny and hot, 106 once again for a high there. And then a little cooler, though hot nonetheless for the weekend. Saturday, mostly sunny and 101. We do have a 20% chance of rain Saturday night and Sunday night as well. Sunday, mostly sunny and 98 for a high there. All right, it is closing in on 9:24. Let's go ahead and take a 3.5-minute break. Then we'll play our interview with Don Weld wearing his Friends of the Zoo hat. That's up next. Don't go away.
So I make a silly joke about it never raining, and now it seems like it'll never quit. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. All this rain is great, but soon the weeds will be waist high and the bugs will be as thick as flies. But here at Roswell Seed, we have just what you need to control the weeds and fend off the bugs before they take over. So come see us at Roswell Seed, and be careful what you joke about. Mother Nature sure has a wicked sense of humor.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Open the lid on a carton of Bluebell Homemade in the Shade, and you'll have it made, so to speak. It's a combination of our top-selling homemade vanilla ice cream with a swirl of rich chocolate fudge sauce. Enjoy an instant classic.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walgreens stores and Albertsons United Supermarkets.
Celebrate the bounty of Lee County at the 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington. And get ready for the biggest entertainment lineup in New Mexico. August the 5th, after PRCA Extreme Bulls, William Beckman. August the 6th, Faith and Family Night with We the Kingdom. August the 7th, Tough Enough to Wear Pink with Randy Hauser. August the 8th, it's American Heroes Night featuring Midland. And August the 9th, for Volunteer Appreciation Night, country superstar Miranda Lambert. Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington, New Mexico. For more information and tickets, log on to LeeCountyFair.net.
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you value from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand financed. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
Studio to talk friends of the Spring River Zoo. Don Weld back with us. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Mike. Again
and again. We're just pretty soon we're just gonna have Don host.
There you go. Yeah, just come in every day and do the thing.
Well, it kind of goes to that point. We always joke, but we're not joking. I mean, Don's one of these guys. It's just he's involved in so many things, and we're blessed to have guys like you in our community that do that.
Well, I do what I can. It gets a little tiring sometimes, but it's what I do,
sure.
and I want to do that.
It keeps you occupied.
That's right.
Busy. You're I know you enough to know that you're one of those types that idle time is not
too good.
You're kind of I go stir crazy if I don't have something to do.
That's
or a project
right.
Or something.
I go into depressions and do things that I really shouldn't be doing. But
so staying out of trouble.
Yeah, I got to keep active so that I don't do that.
There we go. And, and I know, and he's also a veteran, which that's pretty much the MO of most veterans, I think.
Yeah, you get to that point where, got to keep moving.
Don't give that guy free time.
Yeah.
But where we could really use people's help right now is the zoo. That's kind of, if you, I know a lot of people, we talk about the zoo, and we all want this great vision for the zoo, and the thing that we got to realize is if we want this great vision for the zoo, it's we, the community, that's going to have to step up and be involved with that. The city will help as much as it can, but it's got bigger fish to fry. I mean, at the end of the day, we're still dealing with flooding stuff and all that, and the zoo certainly is on that list too. But unfortunately, it's a lower priority compared to keeping the streets working and keeping everything the way it's going. And so privately, we need to rally to raise the money, to raise the support, to raise the whatever needed to get the zoo to where we
back on
to
track. Yes, yeah. I go by there all the time, and is that the Spring River that goes? Yeah, Spring River that goes through there. That whole side of that riprap area was just ripped out. It's going to be a while before they can get around to repairing that.
Yeah.
Plus the pond. They're lowering or letting the water go down on the pond. I need to find out why, but I have an idea that they want to do some more work on that irrigation.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they're doing things, but slowly.
Sure. And that's kind of the city side will take care of a lot of that infrastructure.
Right. It's the infrastructure.
But the programs, the things,
and we need to
raise the money for new things at the zoo. That's on we the people.
That's right.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we haven't been able to get our committee together recently and figure out just what direction we want to go. But so if you want to help out, please give us a call.
We need some motivated people to get
Yes,
involved.
we do.
People
that push a little.
Yeah, well, folks, I hear a lot of people with passion and desire for the zoo. And it's like now we need to. And I
now
agree with
step
you,
forward.
But now it's time to. All right. Well, you want it. We gotta. What
step
can
up
we do
here and help
to do
us,
that?
yeah.
Where can we? What can we organize? What can we do? First off, where do we start?
Right.
Obviously, certain pens, certain things. There's probably higher priorities than others. But we need to just address that, assess that, and figure out a way to fix that.
Okay.
And then go from there to get it. Because I think what most people kind of see is the end game would like it to be a mini version of like the biopark in Albuquerque, where it's, I mean, maybe not that elaborate.
Well, that would be nice, but yeah.
I mean, ultimately that would be the Taj Mahal of what we want for the zoo. But to get there, we got to start, you know. And for folks that don't know, the zoo's really, almost all those animals are rescue animals. These are animals that were,
that's right,
you know, whatever, fires or just got injured or whatever out in the wild, and they are no longer able to survive on their own in the wild.
Right.
And so the zoo's their home. And so it's not like it's, you know, so to keep that going, we gotta make sure that the facilities for these animals are adequate, and at the same time use this for a great purpose, to educate and to entertain and to provide, you know, some great stuff for our cities,
right?
Too. So it's kind of a big juxtaposition there, but this is where we need the people. We need to get
things going.
Get things going. Decide what we can do. Let's, you know, if you want to start seeing a lot of those summer programs and things that we used to see a whole lot at the zoo, we got to get, you know, the Friends of the Zoo back together. We got to get the band back together. We got to start organizing and doing all that stuff.
That's right, and that's that's why I'm on the radio here is to try and get people to come back to us and start helping out with it.
It's time to dig
support. Little support for the
And if
zoo.
you're waiting on the irrigation and all that stuff done, then we're going to be waiting another 10 years.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a long time.
Yeah.
So try, if you have an idea that you want to get into involved in this, give me a call.
Absolutely.
Or you can give Carrie Moore a call. You can reach her. Well, she's working with the Chaves County Health Council now.
Yes.
But I'm sure she would take zoo calls.
She's
as
another
well.
person that's very involved and active in the community and has her fingers in a lot of pies.
She is, yeah. That's her. She's very active.
Yes,
very
absolutely.
active.
Very another stalwart person.
You can also go to the website, friendsofspringriverzoo.org.
Very good.
And you can see some things on there.
Okay. Is there like a donate now button there if people want to make money, or is that not set up anymore?
I don't think we don't have the donation anymore.
There we go. You want to get involved? Let's start there.
There you go. Let's start set up. The friends do have some money, but we're just kind of holding on to it right now because we don't know what to do with it.
We don't know where to best spend it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we can add to that, you know, when we put in that lion enclosure, that cost what, $150,000, something like that. It's been a while.
I imagine, yeah. I can't imagine.
Yeah,
something like that is cheap.
No, it wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to do a similar thing to the bears.
Gotcha.
So, and that's easily going to be another $150,000, $200,000.
And I'm going to take a stab in 2025 pricing, probably close to $250,000, $300,000.
Could be, yes, very much so.
With building materials,
the way
and
it's all gone up so much.
And then pound for pound, I don't know which easier to keep, a bear in a pen or a lion in a pen, and I'm not sure the answer to that one. I guess depending, you know, black bears, brown bears, maybe, but if it's a grizzly, maybe you need to.
Well, you might have a little trouble.
A little more rebar there.
Yeah. Yeah, chain link is probably not going to hold up extremely well.
I will see that pen from afar if that's
the case. That's right. And the elk enclosure is another one. You know, it's unfortunate we lost those elk, but you know, it would be nice to
have some more come when
we get an opportunity to get an elk back into that.
I'm going to take
pen.
a stab that there's going to be one out there that comes out in the wild and can't survive, and just like the other ones, you know, they kind of come home here. And
the last ones we had actually we rescued from an elk ranch.
Okay.
It was a private ranch that they had the elk on.
Okay.
And they could no longer take care of the elk, so we took them in and rescued them.
They were foster elk.
So yeah, we fostered them. Yeah, there you go. So. Of
course, that bald eagle out there, that's one of the more
bald eagle,
iconic animals out there. That's a rescue animal, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we do all, and if you go down the bird line little smaller cages for several different types of birds in there. Most of those have had some kind of trauma that prevents them from going back to the wild.
Gotcha. But were they maybe like fire victims? Or
fire, they lost their flight feathers, or something.
Okay.
Something that, or a foot or something like that. Get caught in a trap and cut off a foot.
And some of those guys are probably migratory, so they're
That
probably
too.
can't migrate. So
Right.
they're here at the Club Med, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. The Club Roswell.
That's right. But, folks, and of course, if you ain't been out, come, you can still go out to the zoo.
Oh,
and,
yeah. It's open.
It's free. It doesn't cost
Yeah.
anything now. And so go and check it out, bring your kids and all that. But we want to make it better. We want to get it back to what we were doing before the floods and all that.
Yeah.
Where, y'all were like the brews at the zoos and all those annual events that were kind of becoming staples. We want to bring all that back.
Yep.
But we
Get
need
people aware of it.
We need the support. We need the bodies. We need the volunteers. So,
The more the merrier.
So if you're interested, please reach out to Don or reach out to Carrie or come by the zoo. And if you're at the zoo, you talk to one of the staff there. I'm sure they can get you in touch with the friends of the zoo very easily. So
Yep, they can. I was going to try and give you Carrie's number, but my number is if you can call me is 575-495-3325.
Very good. Do they still have an active Facebook page or anything? The Friends of the Zoo. It's still
Yes,
active?
there is something.
Okay.
There is a Friends of the Zoo Facebook.
Okay, and so you could probably shoot a message there, and someone will see it and reach out to you that way.
Come
too,
on,
if you
phone.
prefer. I know we got most people. Their first way to contact people is not a telephone number anymore. So
it's everything.
Or if it
but
is, it's a text.
Yeah, you go online or
go
Facebook
to this or scan this QR code and we'll get it. Which I'm still a little naive on QR codes. I at least figured out how to use my camera to find one now. Because I kept used to remember, I had to have an app to do this before. Now the cameras all do it. But
yeah, I think this is the right number. Carrie Moore is at 575-755-3663.
Okay.
Or you can call Travis County Health Council.
Yes,
and
211.
they can connect you.
And odds are she'll probably answer there too.
Yeah.
I don't know if she answers all the calls, but I know she answers them sometimes.
She does, yeah. Sometimes.
I don't know if someone else had to over. I think they probably have a few people that
they do. There's 4 or 5 people there that
she's one of them.
So. Yeah, she will work with.
But so please get involved. The zoo would love to have the Friends of the Zoo are looking for folks that are wanting to get involved. And if you're one of those folks that have been wanting and this is one of your passions, please do it. Usually I talk about this every time I'm with Don. Everybody in our town just picked their one passion and maybe volunteered at it. I don't care if it's a veterans thing or youth sports thing or church thing or zoo thing or
get involved.
Yeah, pick your passion and get involved with it.
That's right.
This is the one thing. Homeless, every one of these organizations around our town could use more volunteers, more certainly money and that kind of support. That way, at least maybe you're like, well, I physically can't do it. All right. Pick your favorite organizations and support them financially.
See, now that's my problem. I figured out that I can't concentrate on just one thing.
Yeah.
That looks good. No, I'll do that. How about this?
That's
so I get involved in too many
I serve
things.
on 37 boards. So
there you go. Yeah. So what are you going to do?
I have that same issue.
my passion is people and life. So.
And that's how we make our community better, and
That's
how
right.
we're going to make the zoo better. This is how we make all the things we try to do better. So, and while Don is here, I'll let's do the collective. Don't forget, sign up your teams now for the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
All right.
November 1. You can go to alz.org, and then there's Find a Walk near you. Type in Roswell.
Roswell Walk.
It'll pop right up there. Now's the time to raise the funds to put your teams together. If you want to put a team together, or you can simply go to that same page and just donate to other teams if you'd rather do that too, or do both. Whatever you want to do here, everybody wins at the end of the day here. So, but that is, and then the actual walk itself will be November 1st at Rusty K
right
complex there. So,
and one other thing.
Yes.
Legion, we're going to be, let me see, tomorrow morning, we're going to be doing some more work out at Memory Lawn.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anybody looking to do some extra yard work or anything?
Yeah.
We could always use. We've been out there battling weeds and
we're
doing a lot
taking
of
a
that
good cut on those weeds. Of course, the weeds are fighting back. I've had to yeah, I think they are.
At the moment, they're winning, I think.
They've I've destroyed my tractor a couple of times, and
Yeah.
that's my afternoon thing today is to get that tractor.
When he's not mowing on it, he's fixing it.
That's right. So, and then the other things too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then of course Saturday, come out to farmers market.
Yeah, join us.
Say hi us.
This is week 2 or 3 now. I think we're now
2.
2. Yes.
Yeah. Week
but
2.
Saturday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Now through usually through
into
September,
October.
Maybe the first part of October.
Yeah,
depends on the
it's-
growing season.
Right.
But we've had a lot of moisture. I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent. I know it can go either way sometimes,
Yeah.
depending on the product. But anyway, so get out there Saturday. Now I'm telling you, if you're looking for produce, the earlier in the day you get there, the
Yes.
better, because selection's at its best. The early bird gets the worm at the farmer's market.
You
when
better
comes
believe
to-
it.
Now that being said, there's great stuff throughout the morning. They go till about 11, midday, and everything kind of disperses after that. But if you're looking like for the vegetables and the fruits and the quick that get there early, because people come early for that stuff quick.
Yep.
And so, not
Right.
saying you can't find good fruits and veggies later, but if you're like especially if there's like, oh, chilies are now, I need to get, it's and as the season progresses, quantities do generally grow too.
That's right, because more and more harvesting throughout the year.
Yeah.
That's why we don't start it until July.
Yeah. Right.
Because
Get a chance for
you
things
don't
to come out of the ground.
Yeah, the stuff doesn't get growing and ready to be picked until late June, early July.
Yeah.
But as the season progresses into September and October, there's a bounty.
Yeah. Exactly. So, and so keep coming back each week, and then you'll find your favorite vendors and
There you go.
You'll find all kinds of stuff. It's arts and crafts, and obviously civic organizations like our American Legion are out there.
Yeah.
And
Don't worry about breakfast.
I'll say, yeah.
Go get a burrito down there on 3rd Street.
And if you get there early enough, we'll have dessert usually.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Legion, we keep our cookies and pastries.
Yeah.
So come by and get that.
And unfortunately, you got to come to us. We tried to go to the people, but they shut us down.
They decided that was taking advantage.
They put a boot on Lee's wheelchair so he could roll around. in hot cookies.
They figured that was an unfair advantage.
Yeah,
so
you got to go to the booth now.
Yeah,
but,
that's okay. We've got them there, and
we can do it like a marathon. We can put the cookie out if you want to run by.
Yeah, there you go.
Then you can keep moving if you need to. But yeah,
really good cookies and pastries.
Yeah, and they got all kinds of
a lot of other booths have things like that as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So.
If you've never gone, go check it out. Go come out this Saturday. Get out. But like I said, if you're looking for produce and things,
this is the 3rd week.
It is. It is the
That's
3rd
right.
week. Yeah.
This is the 3rd week.
This is week 3.
Yeah, because the first week it rained.
That's right.
First, and then the rain quit, and we got a nice boost of people. Nice, pleasant day. Last week, it was packed. We had more booths than I have seen in a couple of years.
Okay. Well, good.
So,
People ready. So I'm guessing week 3 here will be much like week 2.
Yep.
Get it grow, and based on weather, you ain't gonna worry about rain on Saturday. So
yeah, there you go.
I think we're gonna be pretty good.
Get out there early before the heat hits.
That's the other reason why it starts at 7 in the morning and is done by lunchtime is because no one wants to be hanging out in July and August in southeast New Mexico and 2 in the afternoon.
That's right. Yeah, it gets a little toasty out there.
Exactly. It's farming and ranching. It's early bird gets the worm. That's how it works.
And of course, the Legion, our booth. I will also have stuff for Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And I will have stuff for Bitter Lake.
Mm-hmm. Which Dragonfly Festival?
Dragonfly Festival. I've got some donation forms you can donate to the Dragonfly Festival.
August 1st is when the if you want to sign up for now they're free and everything, but the Dragonfly Festival, which will be that September 6th weekend there, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. you can start signing up for the free Dragonfly, Wildlife, and the Early Bird Tour.
Yeah, all the tours.
Beginning August 1st.
August 1st.
By going and calling, or you can go to the Friends of Bitter Lake website, get the number, and call it, and make your reservations. But get that done August 1.
Yep. So, a lot of things coming up.
Yeah.
The summer's getting hot, and so are the people. We're
That's
getting
right.
out here and doing things. So
Absolutely. And, of course, if you have any questions about being a part of the zoo, or for that matter, Alzheimer's or American Legion or anything, reach out to Don or reach out to us. We'll get you. We'll get you in touch.
We'll figure out something.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. You can go Saturday morning. Go to farmers market.
That's right.
Saturday afternoon, go up to the zoo and tour the zoo. Lots of trees. They're nice and shady.
Yeah.
And you can watch all the animals snooze.
Matter of fact, depending on what you pick up at the farmer's market, you can go picnic.
There you go. Yeah, they got that grassy area out there and a couple of picnic
out at the
tables.
zoo.
Yeah.
Is the peacock still running around harassing you?
Oh yeah, they're always out there.
Yeah, you might be careful with that guy. He kind of rules the roost.
Yeah, he does. He gets a little aggressive, especially if it's mating season.
I'm about to say I've seen him nice. I've seen him not nice.
Yeah. When it's mating, when he wants to mate, he can be pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
But
and in case you don't know, too, the pretty ones are the males. Just
yes.
So you know,
they got all the feathers.
Peacocking. That's exactly what they're doing.
Right. Do you know they lose that tail?
Do they?
Each year.
Oh, they shed it?
They shed it and grow it back for the next...
I guess to make it, keep it vibrant and fluffy,
Yeah.
Make it, But it's kind of weird how you always see the female peacocks and they all look kind of tired.
Dowdy.
Yeah. Look like it wore out.
That's true in most of the bird world. Though.
Yeah, that is true. The males are
they gotta
pomp and
show off and attract the female.
They gotta earn the respect of the woman.
There you go. See, we ought to do that as humans too.
That's right. I'm not dressing up though.
I don't dress up that way.
I'm not puffing up my feathers.
Yeah.
Don, as always, appreciate the visit and take a break every once in a while.
This week has been really busy, so
I guess the best advice I give you this week is stay hydrated.
There you go. Lots of water, Well, I have my coffee in the morning, but water and soda or Gatorade in the afternoon.
There you go. Good. Keep them electrolytes.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you, Don. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Dates, I'm Jared Sorello. If you live in Lincoln County and were affected by severe storms, flooding, and mudslides that began June 23rd, you may be eligible for assistance from FEMA for uninsured losses. If you have already applied for FEMA help, a home inspection may be required to verify damage. The information gathered during the inspection is one of several criteria used by FEMA to determine whether applicants are approved for federal assistance. Within 10 days of submitting the application, a FEMA inspector may contact applicants to schedule an appointment. New Mexico's farmers, ranchers, and food security organizations are facing severe consequences due to federal funding freezes and agency layoffs. Despite court rulings ordering the release of obligated federal funds, critical projects remain stalled. That's leading to layoffs, mounting debt, and halted conservation work ahead of an expected hot and dry season. In fiscal year 24, New Mexico received close to $430 million in federal funding to support food, agriculture, and conservation programs. The federal cuts may force the state to absorb significant additional costs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Remember, just to take you back, Hillary Clinton personally, according to these declassifications, approved the plan to smear Trump with the bogus Russiagate allegations. Hillary Clinton signed off on the plan hatched by the top advisor to smear then-candidate Trump with false claims of Russia collusion and distract from her own mounting server email scandal, included, quote, raising the theme of Putin's support for Trump and, quote, subsequently steering public opinion toward the notion that it needs to equate the Russian leader's political influence campaign with actual hacking of election infrastructure.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, if you're with Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, you are overpaying for wireless, period, end of sentence. You're paying for thousands of retail stores that you're never going to go to. You're paying for unnecessary perks that you'll never use. But guess what? My cell phone provider, Pure Talk, they use the same 5G network, the same cell towers. The only difference? They don't charge you for any of the garbage. Instead, Pure Talk will give you unlimited talk, unlimited text, plenty of data, $25 a month. That's real money in your pocket for the exact same service. And guess what? You can keep your phone and your phone number. The switch is simple, fast, easy. Dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. And you can be switched over in mere minutes. Pound 250, keyword save now. Make the switch to my cell phone provider, a veteran-owned company, Pure Talk. Wireless by Americans, for Americans.
Hey everyone, with your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. Arguably the best day of training camp is on tap as the Los Angeles Rams arrive in Oxnard for their joint practice with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott tells you why today is so important for the first teamers right after this.
Becky Hammond on being the first woman to coach in the NBA.
What if it's no big deal that I'm a woman? What if it's about striving for excellence and being the best me without the label?
It's not about where others say you should be. It's about where you want to go. It's about a financial services company that focuses on your measures of success. Whether it's for your home or business, we offer personalized service and expert advice to help you achieve your unique goals.
Visit swbc.com for financial services without the labels.
Cowboys Nation is big because everything's bigger in Texas. And Reliant has the energy to power it all. From home field advantage to home sweet home, Reliant has Dallas Cowboys fans all across the Lone Star State covered for every electric moment this season and beyond. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
Here in Oxnard, California, the Cowboys are prepping for this afternoon's joint practice with the Rams. Dak Prescott and many other starters won't play in preseason games, so today's practice is the most competition they'll face until the regular season opener. So Dak knows this is important work today.
Not necessarily just me or the guys who aren't playing in the preseason, but how important it is for us to get game-like reps against another team that we're going to need to use some of these plays and conversations and the communication and the films after this practice are what's going to be monumental. So super excited about it. I got to do it last year, and it was huge, so I'm looking forward to it again.
These two teams tee it up again Saturday afternoon at SoFi Stadium in the preseason opener. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot over the next couple of days. High pressure is parked over northeastern New Mexico, and that'll hang around for a while. We're headed for about 100 to 105 for the afternoon high today, and we get sunshine. It'll be clear overnight. We'll cool off to about 70, and then around 105 for the afternoon high on Wednesday and Thursday. We get sunshine both days. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street headed higher in early trading as the market's anxiety over last week's poor jobs data appears to have dissipated as investors turn their attention to another batch of corporate earnings. Palantir Technologies heading toward another record high after booking its first $1 billion in quarterly sales and raising its outlook for the year. Shares surged more than 6% to $170 before markets opened. Caterpillar shares slipped 3.5% as the company's profit was nicked by tariffs. Due later this week are earnings reports from Disney, McDonald's, and DoorDash, along with updates on U.S. business activity. In energy trading, U.S. benchmark crude oil shed 73 cents to $65.56 per barrel, while Brent crude gave up 64 cents, $68.12 per barrel. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Did you know almost 75% of the time we're replacing a roof, something totally weird or unexpected or bizarre happens? Jennifer here again from Trustmark Roofing, and I want you to know that we are always prepared for the unexpected. That's why we always have project superintendent on site at your home at all times to handle those weird, bizarre things as they pop up. Things like an unexpected layer of wood shake shingles under your shingles or rotted out decking boards, problems with flashing or ridges or missing supplies that somebody needs to chase down. These are the kinds of problems that normally grind the crews from other roofing companies to a halt and delay the project. But not with our super awesome superintendent there. He's equipped to handle any problem and keep the project moving along smoothly. Just one more way we do things better at Trustmark Roofing. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
It's back to school time again. The one thing that never changes at this time of year is how much we need to pray over our schools. There are also words from the Bible that offer encouragement to both our students and educators during this time. Joshua writes this, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Solomon writes this in Proverbs chapter 3, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." So our church would like to pray this prayer over you. Heavenly Father, as our children and educators step into a new school year, we ask you for protection, wisdom, and peace to surround them. Guard their hearts and minds. Fill them with confidence and perseverance, and help them to be lights of kindness and faith in their schools. Bless our students, our teachers, our friends, and families, and guide them all in your truth and love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
For the first time ever, the National Championship Air Races are touching down in Roswell, New Mexico. From September 10th through the 14th, witness the world's best pilots battle it out in the fastest motorsport on the planet. Vintage warbirds, cutting-edge jets, aerobatics, and family fun, all against the stunning New Mexico sky.
3, 2, 1.
Get your tickets now at airrace.org. Don't miss this high-octane spectacle.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:59, closing in on 10 o'clock, about ready to kick me off the radio. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. If you missed any part of the show, we had Robert Sherman join us with the Walker Aviation Museum in the 7 o'clock hour. Give us an update. They are open and looking for volunteers and also ready to have you visit. So we had a great conversation with him. We replayed an interview with Barbara Gomez from Main Street Roswell talking about upcoming events, farmers markets, all that stuff there. And then, of course, we just played our interview with Don Weld from wearing his Friends of the Zoo hat, looking for volunteers to be a part of the zoo. So you can go back and check all those out, ksvptv.com. Have a great day. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.